Yeah. Welcome back to Sustained Overruled. I am the anonymous attorney. Okay, so tonight we are touching base on admissions, not confessions, admissions. And obviously, the prosecution has or is attempting to use not even some. Okay, basically, they're trying to use the lyrics of the what am I saying? Hold on. So the prosecution is attempting to prove parts of its case using lyrics from songs that the defendant in this case supposedly released. I should not say supposedly released because they did in fact release the music. Okay, I was gonna start off with Red Light. I apologize for being late. I'm always on time. I guess I cannot say always anymore, but I like to be punctual, but I was trying to find the timestamp for a specific song, and I still ain't find it. So we're gonna have to search for it while we're here. Let's get started, though. We're starting. Let's see. We're starting from sometime last week. Okay, we're starting on 11/18, and then we're gonna get into it. So let me share my screen. Hopefully, I have the right screen. I think this is it. Hold on. I think this is it. If it's not it, then we'll have to just search for it, I suppose. Okay, no, that is the right screen. Okay, so we're starting out. Let's see. I think this is the 18th. Yeah, it is the 18th. The reason why we're starting off with the 18th because this is also when or at least when I was introduced to Red Light, and terrible song, but for some reason I like it. And I think that the Red Light song definitely had something to do with Drink's Mirth. But let's get into it. No, am I sharing the right page? Did I mess it up? Hold on. Hold on. I hope I did not. I literally just played it before I came on here. I had my timestamps and everything. No.
Like, he probably don't know, but like, no folks.
Yeah, it's
Like,
after this phone call. Hold on. Did I just mess up the timestamp? I should have just come on here instead of trying to find it. I had it though. I just did not know what I placed.
Yeah, man,
Hold on. Oh, is this it? Yeah. Well, hold on.
I know it, but
So again, we are discussing admissions. Okay, that's the reason why we're playing. They're probably gonna copyright strike my video. In any event, let's get into it.
Go to the gym a lot. Yeah, buddy, same and turn the head. You know, he seen you and turned the head. Yeah. He don't even know he got me down bad. Oh, definitely. Yeah, man. What did he even do? Shit. Right here with Keelan and Mooch. I'm probably from the car right now. All right.
All right, come on, play the song.
In that call, did you hear when Mr. Garlington said he didn't even know he got me down bad?
Yes.
Okay. Have you heard that terminology before? Got me down bad.
Then play the song.
Yes. And what is your understanding of got me down bad?
He was unprepared in a bad position, would have had the upper hand.
87.
What was the last part you said?
That he would have had the upper hand.
And
Who would
tonight, I kind of came on here late, but I should be in bed by 11:30. Okay,
upper hand.
no later
The
than
person
that.
who caught him down bad.
Have you heard that term in any other way?
Play the song, Hilton.
Yes.
I could move the mouse, but I don't want to.
Got me down bad. Or
I don't want to mess it up because
just unprepared or without a typically.
I don't want to do that.
I'm sorry, like you're caught without a firearm.
Now publishing March 29th, 2022. at 1:17 p.m. from Stacy Exhibit 437 VV.
Is this it?
Yo, hey,
Let me try and fast forward.
I'm trying to shoot that
I'm
red
gonna miss it though.
today.
It's here. I'm gonna. This is it.
Oh, why aren't they texting me back? Are they mad at me?
not
Do they
it.
not like me anymore? I'm scared to ask for reassurance and fear.
Complete videos from what you
Okay.
pulled in March of 2022.
Yes.
Any additions or deletions?
No.
Your Honor, this time the state would like to admit 474 VV into evidence.
All right.
And permission to publish.
Come on, Hilton. He looks like his. I don't know. He ain't there. Then again. Come on. I mean, I see it right there, but I want to go further. I don't want to mess it up. I'll just let it play. I do not want to mess it up.
Whose Instagram is this?
That's the Instagram account of Demikion Garlington.
And
And
I really have to play, what's his name? Wooney Lee, because he had some really, in my terms, I have questionable taste when it comes to music, but I thought he had some bangers.
what are you screen grabbing?
His story, if you're not familiar with Instagram, the story is something, it's not your profile picture or a
social
picture
media
on your
expert.
profile where it stays there until you delete it. These are postings that you make that are automatically deleted after 24 hours.
All right. So can you please
And
play?
looking at his first story on here, do you see the Ocean and Drive Slim
I do.
posting? And is that the same person that we talked about, Christian McMiller from last week?
Correct.
That was the first break. No. I
Shit, my people in the dirt. From the block where shots go off and niggas get hurt. This pain really running through my veins and it hurt. Trying to get far from
this
home.
one's a
Put my
looking
mama
eye.
in the eye, so wipe away all the tears. When
Bad quality. Something came to mind, or maybe did this come out in the trial? When was the red light song, SB's red light song? When was that recorded or released? Obviously, I think, if I recall, I believe that was after drinks. I mean, we'll eventually get to it. Hold on.
Damn, 20 after every roll ahead. That word on 20 after, that shit killing me. I can't come. They fucked you up, Kim. Damn, man. I can't.
Yeah, I think that was 961. Wasn't that 961? Slime Life. If they talk about
looking
Lucci
at
after
the
this,
first story, do you see the song that's being played on this particular Instagram story?
It's a song by Slime Life Shorty.
And are you familiar with that name?
I am.
And who is your understanding who Slime Life Shorty is?
A gentleman by the name of Wonnie Lee.
And going to the last story, do they appear to be in a studio?
Yes.
And did you see someone tagged by the name of Little Co?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know who that is?
That would be DeMarco Boyer.
Is that the same DeMarco Boyer who was on a call that we just listened to?
It was.
Shoddy.
And did you hear where they were rapping the song?
I did.
In hearing them rap the song, was there a mention of Shell Kel
Yes.
or Kel?
Yes.
Come on.
And was the verse something to the effect of Kel and Whack being in that verse at the same time?
Yes.
And have you heard the terminology whacked before?
I have.
And what is your understanding of that terminology?
Killed.
I'm going to now publish April 1st, 2022 at 12:29 a.m. from State's Exhibit 437 BV.
All right, what's that?
Hello. Hey, what's up, bro? What's up?
Okay, I mean those are all out of court statements, but before we get into that, let me find the timestamp for what's this red light. So this here would have been around 9:51. Let's see, right. Then there's a break around 10:06. And then they'd be back in court around, I believe this was around 10:25. I'm just trying to get my timestamp. So this is around 10:25. Well, hold on. 10:25. It reminded me of something else. Because the song that I'm really interested in was around 1:51. Right, at least 1:52. So if this is, I should have taken the timestamp down because now I'm just gonna keep going because I think this is a lunch break. Okay, if this is the lunch break, then okay. So, all right, do I have lunch break on here? I think it was around somewhere here. Ooh, I'm nosy now. Okay, these were the firearms. I think that song was around. I might be going farther. Oh, here. It might be here. Hold on. Hold on. Let's go back. Let's back up a little bit.
And looking at 227 VVB.
Man, hold on. I need to read these. I need to go over the Taisha. I'm just nosy at this point,
Off.
but bless her
Jail.
heart.
To which he responds, yeah.
And what is being depicted in
I'm
227
not, never mind. I was just gonna be messy. Leave it alone.
VV88?
Gotta leave it alone.
I believe this is the web history for the phone, the iPhone 12 mini.
Okay. And are these different searches than what we just looked at previously?
They are.
And what are the dates of these searches?
March 17th, 2022.
And around what time?
Let's see.
The first one is 2:31:56 a.m., but they're not they're visiting, they're records of the website being visited versus searches.
Okay. What is the distinction?
So the distinction is like when you see a search in a phone, that's I go to Google on the phone or open up the browser and search what day is today. And then it'll bring you to the Google results for that. Then you may click on that one of the results or a calendar that it may populate. That's what this would be. This would be you going to the actual web address, not searching the web address.
Okay. And what, if anything, are you able to tell what was being populated for these various access to these websites?
Fox 5 Atlanta.
Okay. And was there a specific search within Fox 5 Atlanta?
Just play the song.
I don't know if it was a search within Fox 5 Atlanta, but it appears as if somebody went to the Fox 5 Atlanta website and clicked on the article regarding a homicide that had taken place.
Okay. And where's the location of the homicide?
So on the Fox 5 Atlanta website, you can see, if you look at the second highlighted result, it appears that it may have been searched for Windsor Street homicide. You'll see where it says search Windsor Street homicide.
Okay. And do you see multiple for Windsor Street homicide?
I do.
Right. And then as you scroll down, do you see searches on Fox 5 for I-20 and Windsor Street?
Yes.
And then do you also see search man shot dead inside car?
Now that one looks
play the
like the
song.
result based on the searches. That
Play the song. Ooh.
And looking at 227 VVB2, again, are these excerpts from the iPhone 13?
they are.
I know what that is.
And looking at 227 VVB2, do you see a text communication?
I do.
And who is Mr. Jackson communicating with?
Taisha Alexander, also known as Polka.
And looking at this first exhibit or excerpt, can you go through, and you can use the screen behind you, the conversation that is occurring on this excerpt? And let me ask you, what is the date of this conversation?
The date will be February 9th,
Of what year?
2022 at around 7:31
Wish-
p.m.
All right. If you can just go through
Hold
the
on.
conversation.
Sure. So Mr. Stillwell is going to say, they just wet Lucci bitch
I'm
ass
just being
up.
nosy. They play
And
the
then
song
Ms.
after this.
Alexander is going to respond, in jail, to which he responds, yeah.
And really all
That's going to be
these,
hard to
apart from, what is this? Apart from the music itself, all these text messages and communications between the defendants and their loved ones, in essence, are admissions. But I specifically, at least in this video, I specifically would like to focus on the music and the lyrics themselves.
see, but that's like the face palm emoji, like this little one on your emoji keyboard. And she says, I thought he was in that special part of the jail.
Yep.
To which Mr. Stillwell responds, poor little tink tink. And Miss Alexander sends 3 laughing face emojis. And she says, not tink tink. And then she says, he's stabbed up. And then she mentions needing tires, which is unrelated. And Mr. Stillwell says, I guess he thought he was hard to come out of PC. And again, Miss Alexander sends the 3 laughing emojis.
Now, to your knowledge, on February 9th, 2022, was it public knowledge that Mr. Bennett had been stabbed?
Objection, Your Honor, made public knowledge.
Sure. To your understanding, was there any media reports about Mr. Bennett being stabbed on February 9th, 2022?
There was not.
When was the first media reports that you were aware of Mr. Bennett being stabbed?
Honestly, I'm just being nosy. At this
During the
point.
first
Let's
week of March,
do-
when Mr. Bennett's attorney filed an emergency motion
Let's
for
get to
bond,
the
and it hit the
music.
news.
I hope I don't go past it. Yeah, there we go.
12:52 a.m.
And do you know what it means for it to be modified?
The last time that it was either edited or added to try any kind of modification, as it would.
And does it have what the text says?
It does.
What does the text say?
Pop my shit. I really got options. Poor little ops. Look how they just dropping.
And what time was this?
March 15th, 2022 at 12:52 a.m.
And what time was Mr. Drinks killed?
March 14th at about 10:02 p.m.
So this is about approximately 3 hours after that.
Correct.
I want to go to State's Exhibit 227,
Or play the song.
BV, 12, just flipping through A through D. On the phone, were there audio recordings on the phone?
There were.
And have you had opportunity to listen to some of the audio recordings on the phone?
I have.
Your Honor, so I'm going to publish 227 BV B12A. And permission to sit during this portion, Your Honor.
So what is this? Hold on. Ran this money up. I like the beat.
This sound like Quill. Also, that's on private flights. Pay the day.
I need to put captions on because I'm not. All right, let's go. It's probably not accurate.
God night, am I even living right? Fuck it, let me live my life. Fuck it, let me grab my pipe. Fade left and bust right. I ran this money up high, high, that ain't feeling right. I ran this money up high, high.
I really like this
I ran this
beat.
money up high, high. Got me a bankroll. The one that stands tall, the one that came from. They think I'm doing this and that. Nah, I'm getting bankrolls. Bankrolls on bankrolls. Say fuck the critics, I'm not into politicking. That's why they got problem with me. I ain't trying to talk no business. Could've got that money off your head, but that's not my business. How the fuck you told them what I said? That's our business. He got hit up and said some names. That's our business. Oh, murder everything for sure, right? That's our business. Oh, murder everything for sure. I ran the red Chris, we used to be in need. My family know I had it hard, I ain't had no job. I was in the
I don't know about the lyrics,
me. I hope
but
I'm where I'm
it's
supposed to be.
pretty.
Only the
Good part.
family. My city wanna damage me. I wonder why though. I guess cause I ain't fat though. Shit, fuck them boy for life. Yeah, fuck them boy for life. Let's do it. Also, that's on private flights. Pay the day you die tonight. Am I even living right? Fuck it, let me live my life. Fuck it, let me grab my pipe. Fade left and bust it right. I ran this money up high, high. That ain't feeling right. I ran this money up high, high.
That's
I ran this
sweet.
money up high, high.
My song.
The one that stands tall, the one that came from. They think I'm doing this and that. Now I'm getting bankrolls. Bankrolls on bankrolls.
Bankroll like boo, let's go. Walk up in it, chop up in, I'm putting you down. If you really living like they gonna take them down. I'm really living like that, I'm just the one made it out. I just be a
Not generate the lyrics.
I walk them down. Anybody get a piece of show me. I just let that ball on the curb, call me Picasso. Artwork, chalk work, block work. Can't tell you the feeling consequences, cause they did not work. I'm a big lizard. Big slime, about my name is Big Shots. Bitch die, big shots. Riding down your block, hanging at the top. They know I go bunkers, they just want some clout. Yeah, I'ma give you clout, put you on that box. Late break off, that's your new, it's the news.
Also, that's on private flights. Pay the day you die tonight. Am I even living right? Fuck it, let me live my life. Fuck it, let me grab my pipe. Fade left and bust it right. I ran this money up high, high. That ain't feeling right. I ran this money up high, high. On the stank hole. I ran this money up high, high. Got me a bankroll. The one that stands tall, the one that came from. They think I'm doing this and that. Now I'm getting bankrolls. Bankrolls on bankroll.
My song. How can I not find red light? Hold on. So this is what? Oh, maybe I missed red light. That's a nice song.
Now, do you see on here the file name? What is the file name?
It
Red
is
light.
Ran This Money Up, Slime Life, Shorty, and SB.
Okay. And did you hear in the song a verse that says, or words that says, I'm a big lizard?
Yes.
I heard it too.
In your work with YSL, have you seen some YSL members use a lizard?
Yes.
That's not okay. Never mind. I'll let her go. I will let her go.
Did you hear
As that woman.
words riding down the block, hanging out the top?
Yes.
This would have been 9.
Have you heard words of that nature previously?
I don't know if it's concerning this, but yes.
Okay.
It would be or 10.
Did you hear the words in the song, I just beat a homicide, ha, ha, ha?
I did.
12.
Now, in listening to that song, were you able to determine Mr. Stillwell's voice?
I was.
Okay. Was he in the beginning, the middle, or the end of the song?
The end of the song.
And is that where the words, I just beat a homicide, ha, 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 is that during that portion of the song?
Yes.
And was that also the portion of the song that says, I'm a big lizard?
Yes.
Are you done? You moving on?
227
Okay.
BV B12B.
We're gonna talk a little bit about Take K. Okay, no, I'm first gonna talk about admissions before we get to Take K.
And what's the file name?
The file name is B-Slime X.
There we
which usually
go.
means a collaboration. Veto Red Light featuring or FTSB.
All right, let me take down this
And let me
time
ask you this,
stamp.
there's some
I for
creative
one.
dates. Do you know sitting here when these songs were made?
I don't.
Do you know what created date means?
That would be the date that the files were added to the device.
Okay, thank you.
When was that?
Hey, load up, hey, load up. Time to get wiki. Hey, ain't that them over there? Now we gonna pull up on them and make them sing, them saying. Gonna be loud with this one. Gonna sneak up on them. Fuck sneaking, we gonna creep up on them, walk down on them. Hey, turn that up, they roll. Tell me what killing it, bro, with the sticks. Bro, with the motherfucking bleed. I got a bitch, she swallow my
Hold on, let me
kid.
quickly
Ain't
go
nobody
back.
The end of the song.
Hold on. Where is it?
Just beat a homicide, ha, ha, ha.
No, that's not what it
Little
was.
yo, red light, get rum. Now we gonna.
And was that also the portion of the song that says, I'm a big lizard?
Yes.
Trying to find.
I want to publish 227 BV B12B. And what's the file name?
The file name is B-Slime X, which usually means a collaboration. Veto Red Light featuring or FTSB.
Oh, I was looking up. Hold on. I was looking up the wrong lyrics. Hold on. Okay, wait. Wait. So I guess it's just a feature. All right, I'm gonna play that.
And let me ask you this, there's some creative dates. Do you know sitting here when these songs were made?
I don't.
Do you know what created date means?
That would be the date that the files were added to the device.
Okay, thank you.
load up, hey, load up. Time to get wicked. Hey, ain't that them over there? Now we gonna pull up on them and make them sing, you know what I'm saying? We'll be loud with this one. Gonna sneak up on them. Fuck sneaking, you gonna creep up on them, walk down. Hey, turn that up, they roll. My bitch with killers and bro with the sticks. Bro with the motherfucking bleed. I got a bitch, she swallow my kid. Ain't no much of snake shit. Real cold in my liver, yeah. Ready to slap with my nigga, yeah. I ride with them killers, yeah. Send them a picture to deliver, yeah. Relate, 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 relate.
I don't know. I still think the song is related to Drink's deletion. I might be wrong. I could be wrong. I'm probably wrong. But within this context or the introduction of this song or the lyrics, that's a reason to believe that that's why they're introducing this.
Relate, relate, relate. I can make it rain on a birthday. I set the flames on the dark night. Nigga be beefing, they burn you their Instagram, but you know that ain't my type. I'm having windows on my side. I came from the rug in my life. Be sending these slugs in pilot. I show at the club in my night. I got them gangsters killing with me, they join down. That was a scary sight. You better not lose your life, you gotta stay right. The guys, they on my side. I am the realest, I came for the million, take over the village. Chop out the ceiling, I came for the dish, she hot like Billy. I came in and bit myself and I miss. Put the odds together, we taking them down, they leaving in one. I got the golden gun, shoot my rifle, Jane Bud. These niggas be capping on Instagram, though for fun. I'm in the street where this shit get real and it get wrong. I think this a one-on-one. This one of the ones. Spin they block, make all them run. Get the fuck out of there, nigga. Stretch that boy out like a few times. If I had a problem in the street, I'd never run. Killers that burn with the sticks. Burn with the motherfucking bleed. I got a bitch, she swallow my kid. Ain't no much of snake shit. Real cold in my liver, yeah. Ready to slap with my nigga, yeah. I ride with them killers, yeah. Send them a picture to deliver, yeah. Relate, 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 relate. When I come through, my name attached to the bench. The way that I spit shit, I would've thought that I rented it. I don't give a fuck about no red light. I'm on go, I'm on green, like my cup. I said up, I'm taking them down, run them down. Woo! Walk them down from a mile, walk them down. They lay homicide, I smile, smile it out. Whatever they mad about, what they mad about, I can send a whole gang to that heavenly house on God. We were killers that burn with the sticks, burn with the motherfucking bleed. I got a bitch, she swallow my kid. Ain't never some snake shit. Real cold in my liver, yeah. Ready to slap with my nigga, yeah. I ride with them killers, yeah. Send them a picture to deliver, yeah. Relate, 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 relate.
I thought, never mind.
Now,
I'm
are you familiar with the name B Slime?
Okay,
I am.
who's that?
How?
That would be from previous investigations. That's a gentleman named Jaborius Greer.
And is he associated with YSL?
He is. He's a member of YSL. He's also the nephew of Jeffrey Williams.
Yep.
Now, in this song, are you able to hear Mr. Stillwell's voice?
I believe Mr. Stillwell comes in at the latter part of the song.
And in the latter part, is that where you hear the words, I see an op, I gun him down?
Yes.
Walk him down from a mile?
Yes.
The last homicide, I smiled it off?
Hold
Yes.
on. Wait. Yeah, we need to focus on the lyrics that the prosecution is introducing.
Now, are you familiar with the name B Slime?
I am.
How?
That would be from previous investigations. That's a gentleman named Jaborius Greer.
And is he associated with YSL?
He is. He's a member of YSL. He's also the nephew of Jeffrey Williams.
Now, in this song, are you able to hear Mr. Stillwell's voice?
I believe Mr. Stillwell comes in at the latter part of the song.
And in the latter part, is that where you hear the words, I see an op, I gun him down?
Yes.
Okay.
Walk him down from a mile?
Yes.
The last homicide, I smiled it off?
Ooh.
Yes.
That's what they mad? That's why they mad?
Yes.
I don't know why the what is this? The defense allowed Hilton to lead the entire way. I'd have been objecting just to throw her off.
I can send their whole gang to the heavenly house?
Yes.
Look at Brother Yak in the background.
I'm going to publish 227
All right.
BB B12.
Y'all come after that.
What is the file name?
Bullshit, parentheses, back on SBX, which usually means.
Look at B12.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me see. It's Lizard Walk, parentheses, 2020 MP3.
Okay, so that's before. That's yeah. It is before. No, this one is kind of trashy. I'm sorry. I don't like this song. Okay, I don't like this song. I'll let it play to see the lyrics that Hilton's going to highlight.
Were you able to discern if that's Mr. Stillwell's voice?
In the latter part of the song, yes.
Okay. Did you hear a verse, let that bitch rain out of the top of the drop?
Yes.
Let who?
Did you also hear a reference to Long Live Boo?
Yes.
Throughout your investigation, are you familiar with an individual who went by the nickname Boo?
Yes.
And in this song, it said, it's a light show when I bring Little Tick out.
Yes.
Through your investigation, are you familiar with an individual by the name of Little Tick?
I am.
And do you know that person's given name?
That would be Trontavious Stevens.
Okay. And same thing for Boo. Do you know?
Boo, that would be Mr. Quentin Porter, who's now deceased.
And then did you hear him said, it's a light show when I bring Moon Tunk out?
Yes.
And again, as a part of your investigation, are you familiar with who
Probably
that
the
is?
only thing
Yes,
I heard
that would be
out of
Antonio Sledge.
that song.
And all of those are real individuals, correct?
Correct.
All right, is that it?
227 BV B12.
I don't like the fact that Hilton does not connect
What is the
dots.
title name?
Bullshit. Oh, I'm sorry.
All right, I'm
Bullshit, parentheses, back on.
I'm gonna stop right there. Let me quickly change screens, okay? I'm gonna move on to a different screen because before I mean SB, okay, he's definitely older than TK, so he's lived longer than who's this? SB has lived longer than TK, but I want to illustrate basically how it is not out of the norm for the prosecution to use lyrics in pursuit of a conviction. Okay, so there's this guy. I'm on the fence. I don't know if I should play this song or not. Let me think about it. Again, I play. I enjoy trashy music. That's my thing. So I'm just gonna play it. This goes back to, I believe, 27. No, I'm just getting nosy. I'm trying to look at other things. This goes back to 2017. And just, okay, a little background on this. I mean, he was a kid. He was a kid around this time. He's not, I don't think this is his channel though. Hold on. There. TK the race. I guess I never realized that was not. I don't know. Now I'm just talking to myself. Let me play that. Oh, now we have.
It's my favorite time of year.
In any case, this TK kid. I want to give you guys so much information, more information than you really need. But this TK kid with a baby face over here, he is currently incarcerated. Okay, he is serving 55 years in a Texas prison, and he is also set to go on trial again for another murder sometime in February of 25. In any event, he literally went on the run. He went on the run. He raps about it, and this was after the initial murder. He rapped about it, and this was used. The lyrics in the song were used against him at his first Merck trial.
I was tryna be the case.
Hold on, captions. Does it have? Okay, I guess no caption.
But I ain't be that case, bitch. I did the race.
I actually used to listen to this song a lot back in the day, but he is just going to repeat everything he said before. But in any event, it is not out of the norm for the prosecution to use social media posts, songs, lyrics, I don't know, even text messages, okay, to prove its case. And there is a reason for that. From the outset, let's talk a little bit about hearsay, okay? Because all right, let me not over explain. Let me just get to it. So hearsay in essence, or its very at its very core, it is a statement that a person asserts either orally, in writing, or even nonverbal conduct. Okay, that is a statement. So if the person intended it to be an assertion, then an oral assertion, a written assertion, nonverbal conduct is a statement. Okay, or basically that is a statement. And then when you get to hearsay, it is a statement that a declarant does not make while testifying at the current trial or a hearing, okay? And a party offers into evidence to prove the truth of the matter asserted. I'm going to have to break that down. So basically, hearsay is anything that a witness is saying on the stand that, no, that's not a good way of putting it. Hearsay is any statement that's said outside of court. Anything that you're not saying for the very first time while you are on the stand, that is hearsay. So all these lyrics and the songs they're playing, the text messages, that is hearsay because they are statements that were made outside of the courtroom. They're not being made while the person is on the stand for the first time. And the reason why they're being introduced is to basically for the prosecution to prove that whatever is contained in the statement is in fact the truth. Okay, they're trying to prove the truth of the matter asserted. Okay, so under normal circumstances, hearsay is inadmissible, but as you'll find out when it comes to law, there are exceptions to every rule. Okay, and in the okay, there are exceptions and there are exemptions. Those are two different classifications. I'm not even going to overcomplicate I'm not going to overcomplicate the law or even over explain because it is unnecessary. All right, so what the prosecution is doing in this context, it is introducing an opposing party statements. What that means is that obviously you understand opposing, you understand party. Let me use my cursor. So these folks over here and these folks over here are on opposite sides. These two individuals are considered opposing parties in the criminal context because they are what is this, defendants, and the prosecution, they represent the society. I suppose that's a way of putting it. So the reason why they are introducing, or the reason why these statements or the lyrics, the text messages and the like, the reason why they are not considered hearsay is because they're offered against an opposing party. So let's say if Hilton wanted to, let's say Vivarito is on the stand and they wanted to introduce a statement that Vivarito said at a prior occasion, or a statement that she said when she was not on the stand, they would be barred from doing that because Vivarito is not an opposing party, right? Vivarito is basically, what is this? She is, I guess you could say, an extension of the state, but not really, but she is a state witness. So the prosecution would be barred from bolstering her testimony, but they're not barred from introducing statements that these two individuals made outside of court. And there's a reason for that. Okay. um Obviously, in order for it to be I should stop saying obviously, but in order for an opposing party statement to not be considered hearsay, it has to meet a number of, what am I going to call it? Let me just say requirements. It has to meet a certain standard, okay? And part of it is that it's made by um, an individual or a representative capacities. That applies here, especially. I need to move this back. Hold on. Especially in the context of this conspiracy. Again, when we talked about conspiracy, or when we discussed conspiracy at length yesterday, um if you're here, I don't know if you're here or not, but if you were here yesterday when we discussed conspiracy at length, you know that a lot of the action, an individual, a co-conspirator, does not actually have to have personally participated in certain conduct in order for them to be convicted for the conduct of another co-conspirator, as long as there is an agreement, and obviously as long as there's no disavowalment. And we know that in order for a co-conspirator to even claim that they disavowed from the conspiracy, that is kind of an uphill battle, because you would have, or they would have had to communicate that disavowalment to each and every member in the conspiracy. But I was just mentioning the representative capacity because I don't want to overcomplicate this. Yeah, let me stop right there. Let me not give you more information than you need. And basically, when they make the statement, the party must have adopted it or believed it to be true. So that's where it kind of gets murky here when it comes to lyrics, right? Because some folks do rap about things they've done, because in the context of Lil TK, he was rapping about America, rapping about going on the run, as opposed to beating. I mean, I guess that did come to fruition because he did not beat the case, but he went on the run. So the prosecution would then have to kind of show that the defendant believed the statements to be true at the time that they made them. And then again, where it's more representation, we're not even going to go there. But in the context of co-conspirators or a co-conspiracy, those statements have to be made in furtherance of the conspiracy. Again, we talked about this. We're not going to go into further discussions, because otherwise then I won't get to go to bed on time, and I really love to go to bed on time tonight. Yeah. Hold on. What was I saying? So that is basically the exemption. Again, there's a difference between an exemption and exception. We are not really going to get into that unless you guys want me to. And then let me see. We have Diggy here. Hey, Diggy, what's up? And Diggy at FFS. Do you guys decide to get on at the same time? Okay, I guess the family's here. I'll put this in if you guys have questions, but I was just going over. Diggy said she missed the live. Yeah, it was a very long live, but you can certainly watch. You guys are so funny. I think you guys planned this, because FFS is like, what a coincidence, you're here and I'm here. What are you talking about? I don't know that it's a coincidence. I think you guys planned it, but I'm glad you guys came up here. If you have questions, you can join the live. Today's discussion, I believe, I don't have my glasses here. Hold on. didn't I read somebody? Oh, right. FFS was asking what we are talking about. What we're basically talking, I'm getting distracted. What we're talking about is we're talking about it's not an exception, it's an exemption. We're talking about exemptions to hearsay. Um, ordinarily, I'm just going to recap again. Ordinarily, out of court statements are not admissible, or typically, usually they don't overcome the hearsay objection. But there are certain exemptions and exceptions to the hearsay rule. We were taking a look, or at least I started off by going over some of the music that we heard in this trial. I was really listening. I think I just wanted to listen to Red Light. Awful lyrics, but I really, 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 really enjoy the beat. And hold on, let me just get my glasses quickly. Let me get my glasses because this is killing me. Let's see. All right. I think I went over that one. FFS said, nah, I hopped on and she's on. I think she might be actually. But you guys are related, so I don't know. And then we're talking about YSL music in general in the case or the lyrics. I was discussing specifically the lyrics as they relate to SB. And then I was going over, I mean, because a lot of folks, or at least when I read the comments on the Law and Crime network, a lot of folks are of the opinion that the state does not really have a case against the defendant because they have built their entire case based off of Instagram posts and what is this? Instagram posts and lyrics. But as far as listen, literally anything an individual says, right? If it's out of court, and this applies for both the criminal cases and civil cases. Here's an example. In the criminal context, obviously, this is self-explanatory. You have the prosecution using SB's lyrics against him to show that I mean, that's the part that I really don't like about what's her name? Simone Hilton. Because she does a very poor job of connecting the dots for the fact finder. Obviously, there is closing argument, but it makes more sense to bridge that gap. I mean, these jurors aren't even going to remember all these things. Anyways, let me stop criticizing that woman. But in the context of a civil case as well, let's say it is I want to go with defamation case. I guess let's just go with a defamation case. In the context of a defamation case, let's say we have FFS on one side suing cousin Diggy on the other side. The two parties can bring in, Diggy can bring in out of court statements that FFS made in order to prove their case, and FFS can do the same thing. Okay, so that is basically what I was explaining. I need to put my glasses back on. I hope I don't forget these things. Let's see. So FFS says, here goes my thoughts on lyrics being used in court. Okay, we'll get there. And Diggy says, I like this topic. Diggy says to hit the like button. And then Moo Moo the Lion. Where do you guys get these names from? Okay, so Moo Moo the Lion says, it makes me so mad how they're using lyrics as evidence instead of actual evidence like DNA, phone data, things like that. Just wants us to say guilty based on a song. They only do this for minorities. Okay, I mean, if that's how you feel, that's how you feel, Moo Moo. But again, as I'm going to keep saying, criminal cases are not concerned with factual truth, okay? They're not concerned with factual truth. Then we go to, and then Mumu, what I'm gonna say as well, let me see. at least the last portion of your statement where you say that they only do this for minorities. It's a bit unrelated, but I have worked in the jurisdictions. I'm just trying to think about the jurisdictions that I have worked in. And it is true in the sense that in a predominantly white society, I'm not going to talk about lyrics because I've not personally used lyrics as a prosecutor. I've not used lyrics against a defendant, and as a public defender, I've also not had, I don't ever recall representing anybody that was a rapper, right? But probably almost everybody's a rapper. But in any event, that's besides the point. So I do understand your frustrations when you say that minorities do not get the same treatment in the criminal justice system as white folks do. And I'm very comfortable expressing that there is obviously desperate treatment when it comes to defendants in courtrooms. Okay. I'll leave it there. Otherwise, I'll go off topic and I'll be rambling, and I won't go to bed on time. And then Diggy says, yeah, Hilton, yeah, I don't get it because she is supposed to be Love was the supposed lead attorney on this case. I think she was first chair. They have just been very disorganized, but I do not know that Hilton has as much trial experience as maybe Love does, because I've seen a few times when Hilton will consult, which is perfectly fine, where Hilton will consult with Love, and then Love basically tells her to tie in. I don't remember which witness. There was a witness on the stand, and Hilton was directing, or she was in charge of direct examination, but she did not tie them up. And I had expressed that Hilton did not tie up because it's too many loose ends. And in any event, she spoke to Love, and Love told her the question to basically ask in order to tie everything up. Let's see. Mumu, the song lyrics should be the cherry on the cake, not the whole cake. You do make a fair point, but not every case gets resolved in the same manner. It's not in every. And here's an example. Okay, we're gonna go to, I think this was Wisconsin. If you watch or if you follow, this is going back many years though. If you follow the Brandon Dassey case, it was a huge case. It was a huge case primarily because he was charged along with his uncle. What's the uncle's name? I see what it looks like. His name just escaped me. In any event, he was charged alongside his uncle for a murk. Okay, I believe wasn't the victim. I think the victim was a photographer. Yeah, I think the victim was a photographer. In any event, in that case, this kid confessed, and wasn't he 16 or something? Now I'm asking you questions. I believe he was 16 years old at the time that he went to trial, or the time that he confessed to a crime he did not commit. Okay. A confession is pretty much treated as, no, that is an exaggeration. So there are confessions, and then there are, as we're saying, statements of an opposing party, which is what they're doing with the lyrics in this case. They're introducing them as an opposing party statement, which is to a certain extent what a confession is. And those are powerful tools in the sense that, as a I still have not finished my point on Dassey, but I'll get back to that. When I was a prosecutor, every time I got a police docket, the first thing I looked for was an admission. Okay, an admission is not as formal as a confession, but it is a statement by an opposing party or by the defendant And based on that alone, it's something I could bring in. Okay. And when I was a public defender, that's the first thing I looked for as well. When I get discovery from the DA's office, that's the first thing I look for. I look for any statements that my client may have made, whether they're formal, informal confessions. And the reason why, it's because by the very nature of them being made by the defendant, the prosecution often can bring those in without a lot of pushback or a lot of challenge. And even if the defense attorney challenge what is this the statement, they're almost always going to come in unless they were coerced, which is a completely different topic. But when I went on Fulton County yesterday, right, I believe I have some motions based or related to I have some motions related to lyrics. We'll take a look at those in a moment. Let me just complete my point on the Brandon Dassey case. In the Brandon Dassey case, again, I'm going to reiterate. Criminal law is not concerned with factual truth. Factual truth does not get you acquitted in it might, but most people or most criminal defendants do not get acquitted simply because they did not in fact engage in the criminal conduct that is alleged. You actually need substantive truth. That is what gets you off. What I mean by that is you need to play within the four corners of or the framework of criminal procedure and the law of evidence. That's how you're able to, at least in the context of a criminal case, get an acquittal, right? And why I say that is because in the Brandon Dassey case, this kid made a statement as a minor outside or without the, I mean, this applies to the exonerated 5 as well. Okay. We can talk about that case as well. But in the Brandon Dassey case, this kid had some challenges. I don't quite remember what his challenges were. But he had challenges. He had some mental challenges that kind of made it difficult for him to realize the gravity that he had put himself in. He confessed to deleting this woman or photographer that visited their property, and he claimed that he did it together with his uncle. And if a jury even looks at the evidence, he talked about slashings and things that did not make sense, because had this woman actually been deleted in the manner that Brandon Dassey claimed, there would have been physical evidence, there would have been blood, there would have been DNA. There was none of that. But just because he confessed to, deleting this woman, he ended up he was convicted, and his uncle was convicted too, and both of these parties were convicted under two completely different theories. Okay. But I think the last time I followed up on this case was a few years ago. And I believe the case went to the Supreme Court, or maybe the Supreme Court declined. In any event, I'll leave it there. Let me read some of these. Oh, let's talk a little bit about, I want to read the comments, but I also want to talk about the exonerated 5. Okay, let me read the comments and then we'll get to those supposed confessions. So FFS says rap is a form of art. It's freedom of speech. A lot of rappers say ish lyrics, and it's all cap. Never have they done. Yeah, but itself. But that is I guess the danger of making statements or representations that are not true, because once you make them, a fact finder could possibly infer that you would not have made those statements had it not been true. Let's see, FFS, but what is the plot twist? I don't. Oh, okay. Are you saying that there's a plot twist in the YSL case? Okay, let's see. A trial is off of lyrics. They made those statements though, because they made the statements. The prosecution definitely can bring them in, which they've done. Let's see. Okay, so Diggy says it's hard to believe anything the states say. They definitely have made a lot of mistakes. But again, I don't think they would have had the same trouble had they not overcharged. I think who's this? Funny Willis bit off more than she could chew. And I don't quite, because I was actually gonna look up all the other I was gonna look up all the other RICO I was gonna look up all the other RICO cases she's brought. I believe she had brought a RICO in Trump as well. I should know this because I actually followed that case. Something to do with, am I mistaking? Anyways, she may have brought all these I mean, she did get reelected though, because I was gonna say it had more to do with politics than anything, but I mean, she did win reelection, so maybe it worked. And then FFS, I need to put my glasses back on. FFS says when you commit a crime and drop a track and put very, very detailed information within your track, do you mean a line? Aligns perfectly with a specific act where it basically mimics the scene and a lot of details. Are you referring to TK or are you referring to somebody else? No, but I think did you join when I was playing TK? I don't remember. It's ultimately it's up to the fact finder. Ultimately, it's up to the jury to determine how much of this they believe. But if the other jurors feel anything like number 51, if that's his juror number, then who knows? There actually might be jury nullification in this case. They might. I do foresee. I don't know. There are a lot of possibilities. It could also be a mistrial, but a mistrial no bueno because Funny Willis gets a second bite at the apple, and maybe this time around they'll be more organized. FFS says weren't disclosed to public, yet you have it in your lyrics. Yeah, that's not rapping in art form itself. I agree. I definitely, I agree on the self snitching part, but that probably has a lot more to do with social media and the need for folks to be visible and seen, right? So yeah, that might be where we are. All right. We have the cousins getting along, showing each other love. All right. And then FFS says utterance. That's the Wisconsin kid. They wanted the man's property. He already had a multi-million-dollar lawsuit pending against the county for wrongfully locking him up. I definitely think, man, why can I not think of this guy's name? I can see his face. I can see because they lived in one of the Wisconsin has some really interesting names for cities and counties. I think it was called Manawak, Meta something. I know it started with the letter M. What was that guy's name? I cannot remember. I see what it looks like. Let me see. Brandon Dassey, Dassey. Hold on, go back. Dassey, uncle. What was his name? Oh, there we go. Stephen Avery. Yep. Yeah. Stephen Avery was definitely I still have a hard time believing for Brandon, without a doubt. For Brandon, I'm confident in saying that he had no part in the fate or demise of the photographer. As far as Stephen Avery is concerned, um, I highly doubt, I don't think he did it. But I do believe that the county or the authorities were definitely after him. Under no circumstances were they going to actually pay him out. Uh and in that case, let me put it this way. FFS, while we are talking about DNA, right? And there continue to be a lot of wrongfully incarcerated folks um, that remain incarcerated, right? And as far as I'm concerned, or at least what is this thing called? The Innocence Project. They typically do not take on cases where there's no DNA. So, under those circumstances, you can tell that a lot of folks do get convicted without DNA. So, I understand why a viewer would hope to see DNA in this case, but that's typically not how um, the bulk of criminal cases go. Most criminal cases, you're really going to find circumstantial evidence and not direct evidence. Let's see. Okay, so I believe I read all of this. Yeah, that I don't know. That Stephen Avery case is still very puzzling to me. It's uh, it's really really I don't know. It's still puzzling to me. In any event, let's move on. Uh Oh my goodness. What are you saying, FFS? Okay, typo. Let's see. Okay, so Diggy says she did with Trump. And I honestly I want to make a video about how Funny Willis almost ruined her career by sucking off what's his name? Nathan Wade. But cuz that's what I was going to record and upload for Thursday because Thursday I won't be live. Okay, Thursday I won't be live. Wednesday I'll be live. As far as the time though, it's kind of up in the air. I'm not sure because it depends on the time that I land. Okay, so that was let's see. Read the next message. Okay, Stephen. Okay. Yeah, FFS is on top of it. Yeah, how do you even say this? I don't know. I'm gonna leave that county alone, but they have some very interesting names there. FFS says, I really don't think he did it. I really think, yeah, I don't. It's hard. I mean, this was a few years back, though. I think does it go back a decade? I don't know. I don't agree with. It's just strange. One of the things that have always stuck out with me about that case were the two ladies that were able to locate the photographer's vehicle in what, like 10 minutes or something along those lines. And this was a junkyard. This was a junkyard, but for some reason, I don't know. I was suspicious of them, but they were probably just in the right spot. I don't know. And then FFS says the kid Brandon Dassey had an IQ of an 8-year-old. He didn't know what the heck those cops were even talking to him about. One of the frustrating parts about Dassey's case, though, is if you remember, he was represented by, I don't think, was it a public? I don't think he was a public defender. Let me look this up quickly. Brandon, I'll make my point, but let me just get my facts straight before I say what I want to say. Because Brandon definitely had ineffective assistance of counsel. Brandon, are they not going to tell me who his lawyer was? I don't know. Len. All right, somebody called Len Kaczynski. Let's look him up. I know I'm so nosy. I'm always going down. Revolved for his brief representation. Okay, hold on. Let me look him up because I don't think he was a public defender. I think. Oh, now he's a judge. Oh, okay. Now he is a judge. What? Hold on. What am I looking at? Okay, the ABA Journal. Why do they have this guy? Okay, hold on, FFS. I have gone down a rabbit hole. Now I need to put this. Why? The judge? What the? Okay, hold on. Let me find this. Now we have gone down a rabbit hole. We have gone down. Okay, so ABA Journal uh upholds. Because honestly, all I needed to know was whether this guy was a public defender or not, which I don't think he was. I believe he was a private attorney, but he must have been appointed. Okay, hold on. Look at this, man. Look here, let me share the screen. This is what? I was not expecting to see this. I was not expecting to see this. So I'm going to stop sharing and then let's share a different screen. Where is it? Right. So this is, I literally looked up, who's this? Brandon Dassey's previous attorney, right? And then tell me why this man is in a jumpsuit. Like, am I tripping? Tell me why. Obviously, I didn't read the article, but I need to maximize this. What? His own legal troubles. Okay, failed to persuade a Wisconsin appeals court to reverse his September 2019 conviction for violating a harassment order. Okay, with his manager. What on earth is going on? Oh, okay. Well, I guess, I don't know. He found himself in some hot water. But what I wanted to know, though, was I just wanted to know if this guy was a, what's his name again? I wanted to know if he was a public defender or not. I don't think he was. I think this guy was privately retained. I'm gonna make my point now, as it relates to ineffective assistance of counsel. Dang, who was he stalking? What on earth is going on? Oh, let's see. Let's see. I don't think he was a public defender. I don't think this man was a public defender. All right, now we're just going down a rabbit hole. Okay, this is from 9 years ago. And it's talking about, hold on. 1 second. This is from 9 years ago, and it's talking about, was he a public defender or not? That's really all. What's the series? Okay, horrible, no question about it. We're all horrified and disgusted, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. Now we're just going down a rabbit hole. In any event, what I was going to say about Len, whatever his name was, he definitely failed Brandon because as far as the taped confession is concerned, he did not even introduce that to the jury, because at the very end of that confession, if I'm not mistaken, Brandon recanted. He was talking to his mother, and he said that, or he basically communicated to her that he was pressured into making the confession. So yeah, he failed that kid. And then FFS says, over a decade. Is there a video? I'm interested. Are you talking about I'm pretty sure, I'm so late. I'm pretty sure FFS probably has already answered Diggy's question. Are you talking about Brandon Dassey? And if you are, I don't know that it's on YouTube, because I believe that was a Netflix. Oh, there we go. I should have known that FFS was going to answer that. Right. It was a documentary of Netflix, and it was titled Making a Murderer. Okay, there we go. I should have known that. I was looking up laws for sincere and saw that Brandon Dassey was coerced. Without a doubt, that confession should have been thrown out, but his defense team failed him. Okay, last week I felt, Diggy, I need you to explain a bit. I don't get that. And his IQ was about 70. Yeah. That kid was definitely, he was really, really, really challenged. And the fact that his defense team did not help him, or at least I don't even know what, I don't know. I'm gonna stop criticizing people. So let's get let's get back on topic. We're gonna get back on topic. Hold on. Is this still on? Now let's move. All right, let me see if it says. Okay, so he was retained to represent Brandon, but then he was taken off the case because that first attorney allowed Brandon to be interviewed by police without an attorney present with him. They failed that kid, absolutely failed the kid, because from what I recall, Brandon thought that, I think they pulled him out of school. I believe they pulled him out of school to interrogate him, and he was of the opinion that he could basically tell them whatever they wanted to hear, or if he told them whatever they wanted to hear, they'll let him go. And that's not how it turned out, because he wanted to go home or something, and that's not how it panned out. So let's get back to YSL. Let me share the right screen, because what's her name, Hilton, was about to play another one of these songs. I think this is it.
SBX Dolly, looks like produced, or PROD AJ.
Okay. All right, play the song.
Huh? What you want? I heard they want it. I might condone.
Okay, this song I don't like either. So two songs I don't like. I like that Red Light song. I like the song before Red Light, but these two last songs, I don't like the beat.
I heard they want it. I might condone it. Leave your hoe lonely. Yeah. Go catch a homicide. Show me if you down
What's
to
a
ride.
mess?
Wanna know if you slime or not. Yeah. I'm back on that bullshit. Riding around with a full clip.
That's a
Effing
mess.
in with the blue tip. Yeah. Back on my bullshit. Ain't no mediator. I'm the worst of facial. Yeah. It's time to ride out. Ain't no hiding out. If in destroying walls, I seen the op fall. If in divide y'all, chill, know my call. Yeah, the high ball. Show up at the op day, let them know I'm through. Let them know I'm bold. I whip it out in broad day, let it blow. Every slap play nasty. They wonder how we lastin'. We ain't never lag, and we back in. Spin about make you don't spin it again. Ask God to forgive his sins. Free my nigga that's in the pen. Tay Wayne clock them stubborn twins. Bite my game, it'll never end. Beat the homie, no evidence. No slime left behind, overstamping it, we gon' nail it in. I heard they want it. I might condone it. Leave your hoe lonely. Yeah. Go catch a homicide. Show me if you down to ride. Wanna know if you slime or not. Yeah. I'm back on that bullshit. Ride around with a
That's a
full
mess.
clip. Effing in with the blue tip. Yeah. Back on my bullshit. Ain't no mediator. I'm the worst of facial. Yeah.
Bitch, I'm a egg. I creep in you late.
What?
You know I'm a spray. You know I'm a snake. You know how I play. Yes, I get my way. If it ain't alien, say, get it out my face. Get up. Bitches ain't getting okay. You just in my way. 201K today. That what I made today. I be playing with bands for real. Ho, get out my face. I'm fresh in the building. I ain't talking court. They jolly.
I heard they want it. I might condone it. Leave your hoe lonely. Yeah. Go catch a homicide. Show me if you down to ride. Wanna know if you slime or not. Yeah. I'm back on that bullshit. Ride around with a full clip. Effing in with the blue tip. Yeah. Back on my bullshit. Ain't no mediator. I'm the worst of facial. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like that song.
Again, were you able to tell that was Mr. Stillwell on that song?
The male voice is Mr. Stillwell, yes.
All right.
All right.
And in that song, did you hear the words, go catch a homicide, show me if you down the ride, want to know if you slime or not?
Yes.
Beat the hom, no evidence, no slime left behind.
Yes.
Back on that bullshit, ride around with a full clip, effing in with a blue tip.
Yes.
Mm.
And at some point, every slime play nasty.
Yes.
In your investigation, have you, with YSL, have you heard that term, every slime play nasty?
I have.
And have you seen it abbreviated?
I have.
How has it been abbreviated?
ESPN.
All right. So that's where we get the ESPN from. Let me just go over some of these comments. Yeah, that's why I was thinking about the school. I read it. Yes, they did. He had an attorney, and the attorney allowed him to go into the interrogation room. Yeah, the lyrics. Oh no, no bueno. No bueno. Let's see. I don't know. Do you want me to go back? I don't know. It's something to do with BS. So that's what I don't know. I don't like the song.
And throughout your investigation, have you seen individuals affiliated with YSL with tattoos ESPN?
I have.
Now that we go back to Vivarito's, I think this is Vivarito testifying. When what is his name? When Doug brought up Lil Wayne and the ESPN tattoo. Do we know if I'm trying to think? Did Hilton go back to ask Vivarito if Wayne? I mean, that's kind of but I think that would have been appropriate redirect to know if Wayne is affiliated with YSL or not.
Going back to March 17th,
Hold on.
2022.
FFS said, no, don't ever play that again. I don't know. The song is awful. That song, I don't know what that song is. Something to do with, what was the time? All I remember from the lyrics is him saying BS or whatever. That's all I remember. That's a terrible song. So Greg says many rappers are convicted because of their lyrics. And a rapper called Rod Diggs, who is at ADX Florence, got 115 years for his lyrics. Yeah, it is not out of the norm it is not out of the norm. It is cracking me up. It is definitely not out of the norm for an individual to be convicted based on words that they have uttered. Okay. And we'll quickly go we'll go over some of the restrictions in a little bit, but I wanted to basically recap some of the songs that they played in this trial. Hopefully we can get to Winnie Lee. What time is it? 10:44. I don't know if we have time to get to Winnie Lee or not. But because some of Winnie Lee's songs that were played in this trial, I don't know.
When Mr. Stillwell and Mr. Nichols were arrested.
Yes.
What were the two types of guns that were found on Meadowlark Lane?
FN handguns.
Yeah, that is no bueno, no bueno. And that's what I keep saying. I keep saying that even though folks thought that, or folks were of the opinion that Taisha stood 10 toes down and she did not assist the prosecution, I beg to differ. Her testimony was definitely critical to tying that FN to SB, or putting that FN in SB's hands. And honestly, this is so unrelated, but I've thought about it enough times, at least tonight, and I'm just going to ask, okay? I'm going to ask. Considering that Kayla is now married to SB, is she... I'm just wondering if she would be able to, I guess it depends. Relationships are different. People behave differently depending on who they're dating. But I don't know, because a lot of the communications between SB and Taisha, obviously we have them here, right? Would she be down for him in the same manner that Taisha was, because I mean her testimony still did not help. Her testimony did not help SB. But that said, I just don't know if he will have the same type of I don't even know if I should call that support. I don't know what that is, because I don't know if she will be a ride or die in the same context that at least we've seen Taisha to be. What's here? Greg, 2 Chainz and Wayne. Yeah, 115. That's a lot of time. Even 40 years is a lot of time. Okay, so Diggy said I can come up if you do Slime Live. All right, let me go through my notes because I'm going to have to. That's going far back. I'll have to find the date. If you know the date or the day when he was in court, we can just put it in the chat and then you can come up here. All right, let's listen to this breakdown. That was a terrible song. Awful. All right, are you
And
done?
slime, have you heard that terminology used with YSL?
I have.
Now, during the course of your investigation with this specific indictment, did you have the occasion to get Instagram records for a Demikion Garlington?
I did not retrieve them, but I reviewed them, yes.
Okay. Was that a part of your investigative task for the team to get the records for Demikion Garlington?
Yes, tasks were split up amongst the team.
All right, I think
And
we're
have
done.
you seen a copy of the business record certification as well?
I think
Green
we're
letters,
done.
and you'll see him throwing the hand sign typically
That's
associated
just
with members of YSL.
identification. So let me find. I'm gonna find what's his name. Let me put my glasses back on. So FFS says everyone wants to be gangster until a federal judge is handing down your sentence using months. You're so lost when you try to yeah. All right, let's quickly go over I'm just gonna touch base quickly, okay? So obviously Greg has brought up the case. Let's go back up there. Maybe I just need to keep my glasses on my face. So that's what I'm gonna do. So Greg has brought up, who's this? Rod Diggs and the sentence they got. So it is not uncommon. It is not uncommon for a prosecutor to basically introduce a criminal defendant's lyrics. And we keep, okay, I guess we're narrowing down. We've zeroed in on the lyrics in this live. But in essence, it's technically each and every word that a criminal defendant has said. That's why they're bringing in the Instagram posts. I guess people don't use Facebook anymore. I've not seen anything to do with Facebook here. But that's why they're bringing in these statements that the defendants have uttered, right? And then just so you know, there are some restrictions, at least in some states, when it comes to introducing lyrics in a criminal case against a defendant. California, they have, what is this? California and New York, they both have, what is this? Legislation that what's the right word, that restricts what a prosecutor can introduce, right, as far as lyrics or rap is concerned. So they've, they've made some, or they've carved out some restrictions over there. For example, in New York, the prosecutors would have to prove that the rap lyrics are literal rather than fictional. Okay. And then if we go to California, they enacted a law going back to 2023. What year is this? 2024. So January 1st of 2023, they enacted a law or statute that requires prosecutors to hold a separate hearing without or outside the presence of the jury to prove the relevance of the evidence, okay? As opposed to basically just bringing them in here as what they in here as they've done in this in this trial. And obviously, we can all agree that this trial has been problematic. But as far as prosecutors are concerned, as far as lyrics, and we've also seen this during the direct of Vivarito by Hilton, right? She gets to cherry pick the lyrics, which she wants the jury to pretty much focus on and convict or at least further their case against SB in this case. And then let's see. But again, it's not uncommon. It is not uncommon for lyrics to be introduced in a criminal case. And then again, we have TK. He was sentenced to, I think it was 55 years. 55 years. And when was he convicted? I don't remember. But this kid is like early 20s, and then he has another trial that's starting February of next year. So let me hold on. While I'm finding Slime Live, I'm gonna put you guys through this. I'm gonna torture your ears. I'm gonna play more of that music. Okay, so FFS definitely does not want me to play that, but I'm gonna play it because otherwise it's just going to be dead silence. Yeah. I mean, that song was awful. That was a terrible song. Let's see. All right, I believe that's the last one I read. Okay. Is Brooklyn in here? Hey, Brooklyn. What else would it be? All right, let's see. I don't know what the rules are regarding a spouse being a star counsel against your husband, but if this was my client, I would put in a motion to strike Woody's complete testimony because of ethics. I mean, we need to somehow get Kayla in here. I keep saying I'm going to write her. Oh, shoot. I need to renew my health insurance tomorrow. Never mind. That's so random. Hold on. Let me write that down. I did not even do that. The reason why I thought about that is because I was going to say I need to write an email. I need to email Kayla Bumpus about her popping up on my show. I'm going to be nice to her. I don't malign people. That's not my style. That's not my stilo. All right, let's see. Health insurance. Open enrollment, people. Open enrollment. All right. So, Brooklyn, we can take a closer look at this. We can take, because to me, it is problematic. But as I said previously, because previously I was of the opinion that Shard would use that information to get his client off. But then I realized that Shard's client is the one that's married to the attorney. So, yeah, there's that. But we can definitely take a deeper dive. And in order to have a concrete answer, we will have to look at the Georgia rules, the Georgia ethics, okay? And this is going to sound really shocking. This is going to sound really shocking, but I'm just going to tell you this. I once worked in a jurisdiction where it is not unethical for an attorney to sleep with their client. This is not even, listen, it is not unethical for an attorney to sleep with their client except if they're representing their client in a family case. That is really, really wild. That is wild, but oftentimes that's those are the rules. Those are the ethical rules. So in this context, though, if this was my jurisdiction, for example, it would not be unethical for Kayla to sleep with, I guess, the criminal defendant that's on trial. But that's not even, no. That's a different context. That's a different context. In any event, I have known at least one judge that he did not lose his license, but he ended up at the time. Let me think back. Was that man? He was a judge at the time. I'm just trying to think about whether was that a witness or was that a client? I don't know. Anyways, he kept his license. And when I was a public defender in that jurisdiction, because the man was actually really friendly, but one of the other public defenders I was in court with was like, you need to watch that man. You need to stay away from that man. So yeah, that's it. Let's go here. I can go on tangents. I don't know what those are. Let's see. I think you guys are just talking to each other. All right, so I'm gonna play that BS music again as I find Woonie Lee. I'm gonna have to go through I have 3 different notepads. I wish I could turn my camera on and to show you guys. I have 3 different notepads, so I'm gonna have to quickly go through those. In the meantime, you guys get to listen to this BS. The first 2 songs aren't bad though. The first 2 songs aren't bad. The last,
If you really living like they gonna take them down.
2022.
It is.
the first 2 aren't too bad. The last 2 questionable.
Now going to 227 VVB10.
All right, I'm looking.
Do you see text messages to a phone number 470-661-7761?
I do.
Right. I'm going to focus on the highlighted portion.
Okay.
And do you see the highlighted portion on the screen?
I do.
If you could just indicate that for the jury.
It's gonna be these 2 messages.
Okay. And what are the 2 messages?
The person asked Mr. Stillwell, so what happened to your IG? And he responds, deleted.
And what is the date of these text messages?
March 15th at 3:38 p.m.
Okay. And is that March 15, 2022?
2022 at 3:38 p.m.
Now looking at 227 VVB11. What is 227 VVB11?
So anybody that has an iPhone, if you're familiar with the Notes app in your iPhone, when you go through
Go
the
X like she's the
forensic
only one.
extraction of a device, you can view all the notes that have been
Instagram.
created or saved within the phone.
And looking to we'll screen to the right.
Okay.
What is the
Hold on.
date and time that this is modified?
March 15th,
What is this?
2022 at 12:52 a.m.
And do you know what it means for it to be modified?
The last time that it was either edited or added to try any kind of modification as it would.
And does it have what the text says?
It does.
What does the text say?
Pop my shit. I really got options. Poor little ops. Look how they just dropping.
And what time was this?
March 15th, 2022 at 12:52 a.m.
And what time was Mr. Drinks?
Hold on, where is it?
March 14th at about 10:02.
So that's on private flights. Pay the day you die tonight. Am I even living right? Fuck it, let me live my life. Fuck it, let me grab my pipe. Fade love and bust it right. I ran this money up high.
I actually like this song. I actually like. I like this beat. I like this beat.
I ran this money up high. I mean, bankroll. The one that stand tall, the one that came for. They think I'm doing this and that. Now I'm getting bankrolls. Bankrolls on bankroll.
Bankroll like boo. Let's go.
I have too many notes and they aren't all dated, so I'm just gonna try and find. I'm gonna try and find Woonie's. Is it Woonie or is it Wani? I don't know. I'm gonna try and find his. What is this? His testimony. Through YouTube. I think it was a month ago.
If you really living like they gonna take them down, I'm really living like they 101 made it out. I just be a hammer, I walked it out. I'm out the hammer, I walk them down. Anybody get a piece, show me. I just let that boy on the curb, call me Picasso. Artwork, chalk work, block work. Can't tell you the feeling consequences, cause they did not work. I'm a big lizard. big slime. About my name is Big Shots. Bitch die, big shots. Riding down your block, hanging at the top. They know I go bonkers, they just want some clout. Yeah, I'ma give you clout, put you on that box. Late break up, that's your new, it's the new.
So that's on private flights. Pay the day you die tonight. Am I even living right? Fuck it, let me live my life. Fuck it, let me grab my pipe. Fade left and bust it right. I ran this money up high, high, that ain't feeling right. I ran this money up high, high.
I like this part.
I ran this money up high, high. Got me a bankroll. The one that stands tall, the one that can't fold. They think I'm doing this and that.
October
I'm getting bankrolls.
23rd.
Bankrolls on bankroll.
No, that's 18. 18, no bueno. That's not what I'm looking for.
Now, do you see on here the file name? What is the file name?
It is Ran This Money Up, Slime Life, Shorty, and SB.
Okay.
Where was it?
And did you hear in the song a verse that says, or words that says, I'm a big lizard?
Yes.
In your work with YSL, have you seen some YSL members use a lizard?
Yes.
Did you hear words riding down the block, hanging out the top?
Yes.
Am I going back in reverse? What the hell?
Have you heard words of that nature previously?
The 24th.
I don't know if it's concerning this, but yes.
Okay.
$148, so $150 maybe.
Did you hear the words in the song, I just beat a homicide, ha, ha, ha?
I did.
Now, in listening to that song, were you able to determine Mr. Stillwell's voice?
I was.
Okay.
November.
Was he in the beginning, the middle, or the end of the song?
The end of the song.
And is that where the words, I just beat a homicide, ha, 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 is that during that portion of the song?
Yes.
And was that also the portion of the song that says, I'm a big lizard?
Yes.
I want to publish 227 BV B12.
All right, this song I actually like. Hold on. No, is it this song? The next song I actually like.
And what's the file?
Anyways, let me stop right there. I think I found the Woonie Lee video. So let me share my screen. I found, is this it? Dang, I really cannot see. Hold on. Is it this one? I think it's this one. All right, so let me share my screen. This is when it starts, but the notes that I had taken, I need to look at my calendar because it was after Jeffrey entered a guilty plea, because he entered a plea on Halloween. I think it was November 1st, but let me just see. Let's see, what was Burrito talking about? I believe she was something to do with Instagram. Hold on. Okay, you guys are talking to each other. Gone. All right. Okay. FFS, do you really listen to gospel music? Like who? I don't know, but not the last song she was playing. Yeah, that was an awful song. Let's quickly get into Woonie here. Yeah, I think. Yeah, I think. Hold on, I'll do it on my phone. But I think the music that I'm interested in was after. This is day what 150. So that was October 23rd. Hold on, let me just look at my calendar. That would have been, so it's 2 weeks later, or maybe a whole week later. Let's start here, though. Let's start here.
And did you go to school?
Yes.
Where did you go to school? Elementary, middle, and if you went to high school?
Somebody said he got electrocuted. They don't know nothing about Wix, but okay. That's funny.
Cleveland Avenue Elementary School.
His comments are
You
crazy.
said middle school too?
Yes, sir.
Crawford Long Middle School. And
Somebody
Carver High
said let the
School.
snitching
Carver?
begin.
Yeah, Carver High School.
All right.
Hold on.
For 2020 or in 2020?
He had,
It probably came out in 2020.
Okay. And in looking at this picture, do you
because
know
his
where
music,
you and Mr.
I
Stillwell
think the
were when you
music
took
that
it?
I'm interested in was after what's his name? After Jeffrey pled. So if we have October 23rd, let me just write this down. Hold on. I mean, I could play that music for you guys, but I'm pretty sure you'd rather hear me talk because the last two songs were crappy. All right, so this is October 23rd. Let's go back in time. No, we're going forward. Hold on. We are going forward. So that was day 150. We're going to look for, hold on. I thought I had it. Right. It took a plea October 31st. So let me see if I can find that. What day was it? Do you know? Was it 150? No, it cannot be 151. Cannot be 151. Because this would be, I should have gotten this timestamp. This would be October 23rd. And this, I suppose, would be 24th, if I'm not mistaken. And then we get into 25th here. I think so. 26, 27. Why did I watch that? Let's see what's over there. 27, 28, 29, 30.
Do you do?
So I'm currently tasked with investigating gangs and gang members, investigating crimes of which they commit.
That's not who we
I'm also
want.
tasked with
handle those in short order. And then with regard to, you know, when we actually left the jury
Oh, that's
last
cross.
over
Hold on.
a week ago.
And in this song, he engages in.
This is before the jury's in, I believe. Yeah, there he is. There he is. There's little woo woo.
Yes.
Of course.
What does snitching mean?
Let's see. Honestly, from the beginning, because I believe after.
All right, let's get the jury.
I'd like to believe that after Jeffrey and all the other defendants pled guilty, when Lil Woonie entered the courtroom, he was kind of wondering where everybody else went. Okay. I think I found it, though. I think I found it.
Please.
Okay, hold on. I wanted to hear his definition of snitching.
Yes.
Of course.
What does snitching mean?
Somebody said a date.
Telling on somebody or lying on somebody to make them go down for something.
And have you seen the rat emoji associated with?
All right. Let's get into the first song. on. All right, so Diggy, I'm gonna share the link. I believe I found. Okay, man, look at FFS coming in clutch. Thank you. Appreciate it. All right, so Diggy, if you're still here, I'm sharing because we're about to get into Winnie's music. Am I sharing the right page? Is it this one? Yeah, this is where. Yep.
Y'all know we gonna tour. You better keep your distance. Don't come to no club. Don't come
This was
outside.
the
Don't do
vlog.
shit.
This was the vlog, and literally all these words that these folks are saying here,
Stay your
we're
ass in your
using
mama
against
house.
them.
Your crib better be your mama basement. Making beats and shit. Bring your ass.
Now, first things first, is that you?
These kids do a lot of cussing.
Right there, yeah.
Okay. And that's you speaking.
Somebody
correct?
said snitching to cooperate fully.
All right.
Hey, look though. Niggas soft as fuck. You niggas don't got more money than you nigga. More you nigga. More brr than you nigga. More whatever. I don't think y'all nigga got more than us. Is dead now.
Oh my.
This in your video? Yeah.
You niggas got more dead niggas.
What a man.
Hey, I don't think these niggas got more than us. Is dead niggas.
That is just.
And we'll pause right there. Is that you when you said the only thing that they have more of us is dead in words?
You said, was that me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
What a
And
man.
now lastly, I'm going to show you 3 minutes and 18 seconds to
No,
3
where's
minutes
the-
and 48 seconds.
That's not it. Where's the? Was it 123 then? I don't know. I should have let it play. Because once we get into I forgot the medical examiner's name. But once we get into the medical examiner, then it's unrelated. I mean, it is related, but it's not related for this topic. How do you? Okay, I have a question for FFS. Obviously, I'm still new to this stuff. How can you tell who's in here? How can you do that? Maybe there's a way. I don't know. I'm the type of person that actually needs to read terms and conditions in order to know what's going on. I've not read the terms and conditions for this live thing. Anyways, let me get back. Now I'm just doing a whole lot of talking. Let me get back. So I guess this is not the right day. I need to find 123. Let me just do it on my phone. That's too loud.
What you say, 3 minutes on what?
I'm going to show you 3 minutes and 18 seconds to 3 minutes and 48 seconds.
YSL day 1, 2, 3. Oh, these people are looking sharp.
What that was it though? What that was it on top?
Yes. God.
Good luck, boy.
Okay, good luck. Oh, shit, what's my God?
Zion Road on now. Mount Zion Road. You nigga was not at the bottom. She been telling me that ESPN got bomb on me because we blowing nigga down.
150?
Too. A long child with heart, you know what I'm saying? Heartbroken kid shit.
I got ill when I was 13.
Get what?
I refer young nigga with son.
And I'm going to pause right here for a quick second. You said that you had ESPN tattooed on you. What does ESPN mean?
I don't know.
What do you mean?
Have you ever heard every slime play nasty?
Yeah.
Is that one of the meanings of ESPN?
I guess.
You want
if
it
you
to
want
be.
it to be.
Have you ever
That's so
used
predictable.
ESPN to mean every slime play nasty?
Not that I can recall. I don't remember.
Okay. When you tattooed that on your body, did you tattoo it to mean
I think
anything
it's the 150,
I
guys.
seen somebody
Let me
with
find
it
it.
first, and it looked cool, and I got it.
Are there other members of YSL that have that ESPN tattoo?
I don't know.
It's in blood. We wrote this shit in blood.
I probably had it before slime.
And we also wrote it on nigga tombstone.
Where your tattoos at?
And did you say we wrote that shit on blood? We also wrote that shit on a nigga tombstone?
ESPN.
All right, so FFS said, I am on a MacBook. That's a laptop. That's what I'm using. At least as far. How can you tell that though? How can you tell that? How can you tell that it's just you? Hold on, I'm about to wrap up anyways. I need to do my hair. Yeah, I need to do my hair. I'm not even gonna get into details because I do like to overshare. Uh hold on, it's day 150. I know somebody's gonna rewatch this, so let me find the video. I'm gonna find the video and then wait, is that it? No, that's something else. Am I sharing? I'm sharing the wrong. Hold on.
No, we'll go back. You can tell me what you were referencing.
Yeah, I just said that.
Yeah, you just said what?
What you said?
See that?
Okay, let's go back.
Oh well, I'll read the manual eventually. I'll read the manual
Sure.
eventually, but let me go to the 150. I need to find. Oh, I found him. I'd found him. Why did I lose him? All right, let's go. Cause Woonie Lee. Hopefully this is the Stop sharing. Hopefully this is the right video. But I recall him to have some pretty
I got hit when I was
decent
13.
music.
I refer young nigga with slime.
This shit is in blood. We wrote this shit in blood.
I probably had it before slime.
And we also wrote it on nigga tombstone.
Where your tattoos at?
You said we wrote that shit in blood, and we also wrote that shit on a nigga's tombstone and went like this. Shh.
That what it sound like. I said.
Right. I want to show you what's already been admitted as State's Exhibit 4Y.
I cannot find the video. I cannot find. Yeah, I cannot find. Is this it?
Showing you what's been admitted as
I cannot
4Y. I
find the
want to
video.
zoom in.
So I'm just gonna have to go to. Let me see. What is FFS?
Is that a tombstone?
It look like.
Okay. Are you able to see the name of the tombstone?
Go to the
The
part
name
where
on the
live chat.
tombstone?
Yeah, I read that.
It say.
Up there where
Don.
it says live chat.
I don't know what the rest of it say, but
I can
Thomas
see next
Jr.
to 3 dots.
And do you see the word slag?
Oh, really? I don't see 3
graffiti
dots
over
though.
his
Can I share my
tombstone?
screen? I'm gonna
Yes.
share my screen. Can I? Is that a possibility? I think I can share the screen that I'm on. Right? Oh no, maybe let me
And I
expand.
asked
Hold
you
on.
earlier
Okay, so I
about the
expanded.
ops. Would Donovan Thomas Jr. be considered an op of YSL?
I don't know how to do that.
I don't know.
Let me. I'm
Not
just
that I know
gonna
of. I don't
get out
know.
of here before
Course
I
indulgence
mess
for a
things
moment.
up. I'm gonna get out of there before I mess things up. But I have to find. I'm gonna have to find the Woonie Lee video. I'm gonna have to find the Woonie Lee video. Tomorrow. I don't know when I'm gonna get time tomorrow. Maybe after work. Because the videos that I came up with, that's no. Because I think, if I'm not mistaken, it has to be from 2 weeks ago. Hold on. Right there where it says top chat on my screen. I don't know. I'm just gonna share my screen. Can I share this screen? I'm gonna share this screen. Can I share? No, that's not. Nope. Nope. I don't see the option to share the screen that I'm on right now. So I'm gonna have to figure that out. I'm gonna have to. What happened? What? Make sure you share. What are they saying? I don't know. Something just popped up on my screen. I don't want to mess this stuff up any further because otherwise I'm probably going to disconnect this. Yeah, I don't want to mess up the stream. Anyways, FFS, do you have any questions? If you have any questions, I'll answer. Otherwise, this is a good stopping point, and then I will have to find that Woonie Lee video in order to add to this discussion tomorrow. Do you have any questions or no? Any questions, FFS? Yes, I am an attorney. I'm an attorney. I used to be I started out as a prosecutor, and then I was a public defender, and now I man, just talk. Now I do civil litigation. I do civil litigation and workers' compensation. I'll do a video on that. FFA said what state. I'll do a video on that. The plan was to really do a video today about the work that I do, but I was outside, and that no bueno. That messed up. That messed up my schedule. Do you have any other questions? I have about 9 minutes, and then I have to go do my hair. I have to go do my hair before it. Yeah, I don't want to be up past. FFS, your cousin's back. Are you guys actually really related or no? Oh, Diggy said the link. I guess that's what it means. Okay. I shared. Do you have any other questions? Okay, so FFS said, I don't ever go live because of something my attorney told me years ago. That is fantastic. If you definitely have pending charges, it's not just live. You stay off of social media. You stay. I don't even do anything besides work, and I definitely do not go on. I don't have Instagram. I don't have what's it called? Twitter, uh TikTok. I tried TikTok for my YouTube page about a year ago though, when there was a time, because most of my views really, I have about 27,000. I mean subscribers. Most of, let me see. Let me go on my page. Yeah, I think I have 27,000. Your channel. Hold on. Let's see. Uh Hey,
Hello.
what's up?
Nothing much. I'm here now. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, how's your day going?
It's good. How was yours?
Pretty good. No complaints, no complaints. I'm very excited this week though.
Okay, you ready for tomorrow?
No.
I don't think nobody is. So I'm ready though.
Yeah.
Kind of, sort of.
Yeah,
It's
I've
kind of
never.
bittersweet though.
What's that?
It's kind of bittersweet, but
Yeah. No, I'm not ready. I'm not ready for tomorrow, but we'll see. I mean, my only I wish no, that would not have worked out. Cuz had closing been this past week, I would have been able, at least on Thursday, I would have been able to tune in live, right? As far as tomorrow, the schedule's a bit crazy, and I don't get home until sometime after 5, maybe 6. So they'll be done. Whitaker won't be on the stand. Um, yeah, I mean that's kind of for selfish reasons. I wish it was on a day when I was off, but unfortunately not. So yeah.
we're gonna figure it out though.
Yeah. I don't know. I think wait, and I was thinking about this earlier. So am I right in saying that defense is not calling anybody?
XFFS. I don't know because I was into it a lot, but then like when my son was arrested, I kind of like
Right.
I've been all over the place, and then I got court for him Tuesday, so I got to go down to the courthouse. I got to go to Fulton County Superior on Tuesday. So
Yeah. And how's your son doing?
he's doing good. He's doing good.
Okay. That's
I'm
good.
just ready for him
Obviously,
to come home.
right. And how long has he been incarcerated for or in custody?
He's been so what happened is the kids were like the older kids were like bullying him and like fighting him at school, and so like he wasn't fighting them back. And then the last time the kids just jumped on the boy basically, and then the police officer came back and said that my son had a gun and I had a hearing for him, and for my son, and I won the hearing. And
What
then
hearing
once
was it?
it was a tribunal hearing. They said that he had a gun and he was in a group fight. I won the gun hearing by myself, and the
Yeah.
group fight I kind of admitted to that, and he was allowed to go back to school. They didn't want him to come back.
Mm.
So I was able to win it. He went back, and I had to take my mom to her doctor's appointment, and my son went back on his own. And when he got there, they arrested him. That's why I
Mm.
was looking up the laws, and you guys were saying that Brendan guy.
Yeah.
So my son he called me at 8:43 a.m., but the police officer didn't call me until 12 o'clock p.m., letting me know that he was arrested. Basically, so I was trying to see, like, did they do something like in between? So yeah.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that
It's
happened to
okay.
your son.
Yeah, we're gonna beat it. We'll beat it.
Yeah. And then let's see, because are you actually related to FFS, or are you guys just playing around?
I'm related to FFS.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, okay. All
I'm
right.
just I'm from the hood, so he's not.
Okay.
He's
All
a
right.
classic, but yeah, he's
Yeah, I was trying to find I had found what's his name, Woony Lee, but I
limelight.
think that I found it's the wrong video because I found two separate days when he testified, but
Mm-hmm.
those are the wrong videos because I recall literally writing it down as he was on the stand, but I guess my note keeping is not it's not no bueno. So
Ask FFS. He knows. I was here to help translate for you in case you didn't
all right, so
understand.
FFS, do you know? Because we're trying to find the actual dates, but I don't know, and I don't want to keep you guys here longer. So let's see. FFS says not to say anything or post anything or do anything that you don't want the prosecuting attorney reading at your trial. Yeah, and that's really the point of at least why I was. I mean, I'm not giving. This is not legal advice, by the way. This is just me discussing.
Disclaimer.
Right, I'm just discussing the YSL trial. The prosecution literally uses when they say that anything and everything that you say can be used against you. That is true. Literally anything and everything. And with social media, people are pretty much snitching on themselves without unprovoked. They're
Mm-hmm.
literally telling on themselves without any. Here's my position. My position has always been this: if you engage an individual that is engaging in criminal conduct or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
it really, from my perspective, at least from a public defense perspective, what a
Mm-hmm.
person is engaging in is not I don't want to say something that's going to sound really reckless because I do have verbal diarrhea. But
No, say it. Say it.
I really have verbal diarrhea. So one moment, let me
No,
again.
say. I want you to say. I got your back. I'm strapping you. You good? They ain't gonna make you good. Say
No, no. Yeah, I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna let it go. I have great legal advice from FFS. So let me leave it right there. All right. So FFS said, okay, I need you to explain to me how to view the people on the chat using something called three dots or something like that. What is that? How do I do that?
I don't know how to do that
FFS, your cousin does not know how to do that. So
because I'm usually I'm on my phone now. I don't use my iPad because like
yeah.
when I mod and I'm hitting like the like, so I be hitting the hearts and then I'll make a mistake and I don't want to hide nobody or nothing or put yeah. So I just use my phone. It's better.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I cannot figure it out, but I'll watch a YouTube video. They're gonna show me how to do it. And then FFS said Whitaker will be at the bar by 5:30, half drunk. Yeah,
Hmm.
that woman, as soon as it's 5, she's ready to go.
I
She's
don't even
not.
think she goes home after work. I think she just goes straight to the bar, from bar to
Oh,
work,
really?
bar to
Why do you
work.
guys think that?
She doesn't look the same. Like, remember you were showing her picture the other day? That's not the same lady.
I thought she's just exhausted.
It could be a combination. I know they're stressing, especially the state. That's
Right.
like they're exhausting all of us. Like I feel like we should be entitled to compensation, because I feel like we all have like PTSD. Like
Right.
that case, this case, it's horrible, and it's like nothing is right, and it's like they ask the same questions over and over. They would have
Yeah.
a better chance if they would get straight to the point.
Yeah. Yeah. That's, I mean, we can explore because jury deliberation is going to take some time, but we can take another look at Woody's testimony. There were moments when what's her name, Hilton actually had Woody, but she would keep asking the same questions over and over again, and that weakened her case because now he had an opportunity to retract. It was just a mess. It was it was a mess. It was a mess. But I'm just glad that Love is not in the courtroom because, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I got really tired of seeing her. And I'm also glad that Steele's not in that courtroom. I got tired of the both of them. And
The bickering.
yeah, it was just, I was over it. I was really, really over it. It's like a bad relationship. I think there's more there, but no. Somebody out of Fulton County has to come out with a T. There has to be more there. That does
I mean,
not
I
make
don't think
sense.
anybody. The only person that I've seen that likes Love was Glanville, but he's had his moments with her as well. So I
Yeah.
haven't seen anyone that likes her. Like Hilton and her go at it. I don't. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know anyone who likes her. She's not a good.
Yeah.
No
I mean,
empathy. She's not. No empathy. It's like she don't have any compassion, no heart, or like.
yeah,
Yeah, I don't.
she's insufferable. I was over her. I'm just glad. I don't want to see that woman in that courtroom ever again.
Well,
Even if
she's
they have
gonna
another
come
high
back and talk
profile
about the
case.
Lion King.
What's that?
What was it? The Jungle Book that she used in opening.
Right.
She'll be back.
Yeah.
She'll be back.
Right. Oh, you think so? Oh man, she should
I
not
don't
do
know.
closing. Nah.
And
Anyways,
it's
let me see.
forever. Like even when Doug did his plea, it was for hours, and it was like,
Right.
oh, yeah, she'll
Right.
take it.
Right. Yeah.
But
She's insufferable.
what I can say is, if you get off at 6 and she's there, you may have a shot. You may have a shot.
Oh, you think? I don't
Yeah,
think they'll be. I don't think they'll be in court.
she
I
goes
just.
on and on.
I don't think they'll be in court, but we'll see though. But what I'm gonna do tomorrow though, I'm gonna find the Woonie Lee. My daughter's sleep talking. Yeah, I'm gonna find the Woonie Lee video. I think I'm gonna do it when I get off when we get off this live. I'll
Okay.
find the Woonie Lee video, and then whatever happens in court tomorrow, that will whatever day. I mean, if you're not able to join the live tomorrow, that's fine. When you're on the live, just let me know you're on the live, and then you can translate the lyrics
Okay.
for me because obviously
Okay.
if somebody puts me in charge of deciphering lyrics, I'm probably going to do as bad as a job of any expert that has no real experience in the hood because that's usually, at least that's my opinion. I think oftentimes when officers and investigators are trying to break down words, I don't even tattoos, I don't even know that they're actually deciphering them correctly. I think they're just making shit up as they go along.
You talking
That's
about
me.
their tattoos?
What's that?
You're talking about like the YSL tattoos and stuff?
Just in general, in any court, they'll come up with they'll read statements and say this means that. That's not always what it means. So, that's my opinion though. But they might be they might be right on this one.
They
I
are.
just don't
They
know.
are. Oh, yeah, they
Yeah.
are. Yeah.
Oh,
Like
really?
those
Are
pictures
they?
that they were taking, like the SMM, like the sex, money, murder, like that's real.
Okay.
The slime, like the what else did they have? The YSL. But what, like in Atlanta, we were all like cliques. So like when we were younger, we used to use like 3-letter words, and then it'll be like click or something. But that was
Okay.
just for like when you go to school or like a gathering, like you'll go to a party or to the movies or to the skating ring. So
Yeah.
YSL, like the rock crew, like Raised on Cleveland crew or click. Like, so it's
Uh-huh.
like it wasn't. I feel like Gaither is the one who made up all that hybrid gang type stuff. Like, so I don't know. It wasn't that bad. We were, like I said, we were just cliques, and that was just, being young, going out, being at school. If a fight happens, they'll be like, "Oh, the Rock Crew, they was fighting the JBN people." Like, so I think it was just stretched too far. That's what I think. I think.
So how would the cliques form?
So it goes based off of your hood. Like, so like we were saying, like the zone 1 through zone 6. That's all of Atlanta.
Okay.
But like I was saying, I'm from zone 3. Zone 3 is also like Cleveland Avenue, like
Then so you know
Harlem.
these people?
I don't recall.
Okay, never mind. All right, okay, go on.
So you have, okay, for instance, like they may say like YSL Duke, all of them, they're like from Jonesboro South, Jonesboro North, which is down the street from Cleveland Avenue. That's where Duke gets like the MPA, which is like Pee Wee Longway. Um and I'm not gonna say that because then I'll be saying I know people, but
Okay.
people are, wherever you're from, they just come up with it. Like I'm from Four Seasons, so we call ourselves like 4SC, Four Season Click. Then we had the apartments across the street. It was Thomasville. They
Okay.
called themselves TVP, Thomasville Players. Then you would have like Lila Valley, and they would call themselves like Lila Valley Crew. So, and that's just because you're going to school, and it's like a protection basically. Like, oh, the those rock crew kids gonna be here. You get what I'm saying? So that's
Okay.
all that was for. But yeah,
Okay.
and
So I
for the
guess
most part, people got
uh-huh.
along. It wasn't that bad. Like people got along.
Okay. Okay. So it's kind of similar to how some of the cliques formed in Chicago. I saw because I don't think those are gangs, but
No, those
that's
people are
just me.
dangerous, and they were so close together. They're like literally
Who's that?
like in Chicago, like they're so
Yeah.
close to each other, like they can literally walk to each other.
I mean, a lot of them were related too. So,
Yes, that's
on
Chicago.
opposing sides. But okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So let's see. I need to put my glasses back on. Okay, so FFS, you're asking why Steel is insufferable. Him and Love going back to back. Us over it. Us over it. Hard to watch. Yeah, I did not like that. He only. Oh, I'm reading in the wrong place. He only was the way he was to her simply because you can only take so much of someone repeatedly just throwing wrenches into everything you're doing.
And those fits she had too. Oh,
Oh, really?
the tantrums that she had.
She's used to getting her way.
And if she does it, she's gonna keep on until she gets it.
Yeah.
You can't tell her no.
I don't know. I was over both of them. You're gonna treat that person with the same type of energy, respect is earned, not given. I think both of here's the thing. I Either way, they can use their licenses the way they want to use their licenses, and the same goes for Kayla. So they can present the case in whatever manner what they want to present the case, but I just did not like I did not like the way they were bickering because typically in a case the attorneys aren't even supposed to be talking to each other. They have to be addressing the court. So it was just we were already exhausted. The trial has already been going on for an extended period of time, and to have people bickering when we're trying to get to the end, I thought I don't know. I just
But I feel
yeah
like he knows that it was bullcrap because technically Thug didn't have anything to do with it. That Thug just had money. We was just looking at another live. It was early. I think it was, who is the guy? YNW Melly. They see
yeah
these young, they see these people making this money, and then it's like they become a target to them. Like, what
hmm
way is it that we can take everything? Thug, ab- everyone had we were all bad as kids, but eventually you grow up. I think that it
right
took for Thug to be around, you know, uh, Kanye West and just other celebrities telling him like, Thug, you have all this money. You can't be moving reckless like this.
yeah
Thug got his stuff together. And I believe that the people that were on Cleveland Avenue and the people that he were hanging with, he kind of like he didn't take he took everybody one with him. That was the first problem. But I think like once he probably was like, no, I'm getting too much money. I'm not about to be spending my money on lawyers, getting these people in and out, out of trouble.
Right.
Basically, I believe he just kind of separated himself from them. And a lot of them, I feel like, were envious and jealous because he wasn't helping anymore. Because you heard, like you even heard DK. He said the last time he talked to him, it had been years. I know that him and Tick probably had like a misunderstanding or something like that. But a lot of them, like even Little Rod, even if they said Rod was YSL, I don't think that Thug had anything to do with that. That's just Little Rod moving on Cleveland Avenue, and he's claiming YSL now. So I mean, that's how it goes. Basically, wherever you go, you're gonna claim it. So I don't
Yeah.
think that they just wanted Thug's money. That's what I think.
Right. 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 I mean, that's a possibility too, right?
Yeah.
But I don't know. They wrapped themselves up into a whole lot of
They did.
nonsense.
Yeah.
So yeah, because
But
I
you
mean,
are a product of. That's just okay. For instance, like my son. My son makes good grades, never been suspended, and they fought him twice at school. My son didn't fight back. But the moment that he decided to fight back, it became a problem,
right.
And I asked like, hey, can I transfer my son to the other side of the school? They was like, no, you got to do a hardship. That can take up to 3 months. So I'm like, okay, so what's going to happen if something happens? And it was basically like, screw you. That's what I got from it.
Yeah.
So they don't care. They don't, they don't really care. And it's like, it's unfortunate, but it's life. Welcome to Fulton County,
Yeah, no, because I was actually considering moving to Atlanta, but after this trial,
It
no, no,
depends.
no, no.
Did you see what happened? It was like on the west side. It was like 30 police cars. It was like a standoff. It was like what was it? FFS. It was like a domestic dispute,
Yeah.
and the guy was shooting at them, and it was like it was all like the police everywhere, and they still haven't found him. Still haven't found.
Oh,
But was it
really?
that?
When did this happen?
This happened last night, and they still haven't found him.
What?
It was so many police, like even where that guy half head got shot on Jonesboro Road. It's police everywhere because it's like they say basically like they get bonuses during the holidays if they meet their quota. So I'm
Yeah.
scared to even drive because I feel like I'm automatically a target. So I don't mess around. I don't mess around.
Oh,
I'm
that's
sorry.
crazy.
Yes, it was like they was like hiding behind the cars. It looked like it was like a movie, like Scarface or something. Over a
Oh,
domestic dispute. Like,
wow.
it wasn't that serious.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yep,
That is
they're still looking
really
for him.
insane. I
Yep.
mean, but the way that Atlanta is represented, at least from my perspective, it's supposed to be this space where Black professionals thrive. Is that not true?
I don't think so.
Oh,
That's
really?
just I feel like I don't know. It's first you got to make it out first. Because
Oh,
everybody
okay.
doesn't have everyone's not born with a silver spoon.
Right.
And it's hard, like in certain places, like Carver Homes. There's over 1,000 apartments. Like,
Okay.
and like I
There's
said,
a
my
lot of
son,
people.
yes, my son wasn't bad or anything, but the stuff that happened, like even his police report, it said like, oh, it was a school fight at 3:00 a.m. And then it was like he had a weapon. But at my son's hearing, I asked the officer because he said it appeared to be a weapon. So at the hearing, I said, you said appeared. Is that an opinion or is that a fact? He was like, that's just my opinion because I've been doing this for 20 years. And he was like, that my son was released to an adult. A principal walked my son to an adult after they called me and asked me if it was okay for him to walk home. So if you have a video of a group fight, I asked him, where's the video of this principal walking my son to the adult? They don't have that. You
Yeah.
never recovered a gun. So like I said, you went and did this stuff off of an opinion. And it's like it wasn't a gun. It was a PlayStation controller. There wasn't a group fight at 3:00 a.m. at a school. If I was a judge, I would have said, you can get this out my face until you can get your stuff together. Like, because that's just wasting people's time. It doesn't make
Right.
sense. If your facts aren't together, I would just throw it away. Like, get this away from me.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they don't care. It's like they cause confusion Just
Right.
like I said, for you to feel defeated and just give up. Like, I'll just take the 40 years of probation. I'm just ready. I'm just ready to go.
Man,
So
that nobody, I do not know of a single person, not even a saint,
hmm
can. I don't know. I don't know how anybody's able to get through probation without actually violating probation, but I don't know. 40 years is
those
a
boys
lot.
are gonna there. I think those boys are gonna be okay. Like, and I feel like as well, they feel like, oh, like we're rich, we're entitled, we're smarter. They literally sat and let the ones they thought that were dumb and fools, and they
Uh-huh.
thought they was getting those guys played them. And that's why I wanted to get up here for Slime Life, because I honestly feel, me personally, Slime Life was watching this trial. He knew that they were having, for one, both of their names were Quay, but it's like they
Okay.
think they're so smart because one of them didn't have that Y at the end. They think this is Qua. You get what I'm saying?
Mm.
So Slime Life watched that. He knew that he was not supposed to say that, and he got up there and said that on purpose. But people
Oh, you
probably wouldn't
think so?
understand that. Of course he did. Of what? Sure, he surely did. Yes, he
Mm.
did. He knew that he wasn't supposed to say that. Like, but at the end of the day, he still freed them both. Like, that's what it's about. Like, we got into this mess and we're all gonna get out. They working together. That's just how I go.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay. I
He
mean
yeah, he
that
did
that
though.
is a possibility, but I've always said if you get yourself into some mess, then I guess you have to find a way out, you
They
know.
did. They did it. They
Oh,
surely did.
okay. I had not considered the possibility that they might be working together. Um,
Look at
but
Woody. Look at Woody. Look at
Woody's
Moontum.
strategy was terrible though.
Yeah, look at Moontum. Moontum, he took the plea. Like I said, people are gonna say whatever to get out of jail.
Right.
Those guys sat in there for 6 months. 6 months.
Yeah.
It was the holidays. I think they got out maybe some days before Christmas or some days before New Year's. It was one of those.
Mhm.
Those guys, like I said, Duke, Tick, Gunna, and I believe it was it they all had the same charge, count one.
I think
So it's like,
everybody, wasn't it
but no,
everybody? What's that?
but no, that's the only one they had, was that one.
Right.
Slime Life, Gunna, Duke, and who else was it? Tick. They all had the same count, but you see, all of them got treated differently.
Right.
So
Yeah, but as far obviously Mungtung effed around and found out, right?
exactly, yeah, yeah, he did, he did. I feel bad, but I still also feel like she made an example, because you got on that stage, I
Yeah.
mean, on that stand, and you told her you didn't tell the truth under oath, and I think that's what probably made her mad. But other than that, she probably wouldn't have cared.
Right.
It wouldn't have been as bad. Do you think that he'll be able to get out of it though?
Who Mungtung?
Mm-hmm.
No, he's gonna have to serve. Was it 5 years or something?
Yeah.
Unless, because it depends on how Georgia calculates time. I mean, somebody in here once said that 2 days.
Yeah, you get 2 for something like that. Yeah.
Right, 2 for 1 or something along those lines. Because in my jurisdictions, usually you serve 2/3 of your sentence, and I mean some places it's day for day. So yeah, but I don't know. I don't know what he was thinking, but I mean, even when he got on the stand, he was very clear that he still maintained some type of cordial relationship with Jeffrey's family, and they spoke even before he
Yeah.
entered the courtroom. So
See?
yeah.
But did you see as well? Remember, Brian Steele was trying to get what was that called? Is it Brady? Remember, they was trying to say that they met at a location, a bookstore or something, or I think he was saying they met at a bookstore, and I guess they didn't tell Steele, but it was like Love or Hilton. They met with the lawyer in Moontum, and he didn't get the information. So I guess Moontum's lawyer came back and said something, and
Uh,
yeah. So it's been a roller coaster.
Yeah, I mean, the case itself has been a mess. If there's a conviction, I do not doubt um, an appeals court overturning the conviction. The only issue will be for the folks that pled guilty, because when you plead guilty, you do waive a lot of your constitutional rights. So yeah, and that's why on this channel I'll keep talking about it's not legal advice, but I really do hate plea dealing. I hate plea deals, but then again, I'm not the one that's on the other end. I'm not the one that would have to serve time. But I just overall I prefer trials. Obviously not something like this where they trumped up charges and overcharged. But
Yeah,
plea dealing, I don't like.
Yeah, but see, everyone else, like I said, everyone's plea was different. Gunna didn't get the same treatment as Slime Life, or he didn't
Yeah.
get the same treatment as Tick or any of them. I feel like Moontoon, his plea was still open. That 15-year charge,
Yeah.
they didn't close. They didn't add that to the plea deal because they probably knew what he was gonna do. So he sat up there. He really kind of played himself, and that's just my opinion. He was too old for
Yeah.
that. He was too old. You were older than all of them.
Right. I mean, yeah, and I think that's the frustrating part because he was the adult, but I don't know.
And
Maybe he
tried to
just
get up
wanted
there and
money.
act like he was. He tried to act like he was Woody. That was the problem. He wanted to be, but like I said, you didn't have the same deal as Woody. Woody wasn't a part of the case. You know, he wasn't indicted or anything for that. He just was basically a witness for them. He had full immunity. He just couldn't say that he unalived Nut, and I think it was something else, but they didn't have the same, deal. So it's like, why would you get up there? And it was funny until it wasn't,
Right. Right. I still do not understand why they gave immunity to Woody. I think there are better people that could have used the immunity. But I don't know. I think it probably has to do with Gaither or something along those lines.
That was his emergency contact.
Really?
Every time he got in trouble, it was out. I think he had our phone number, because remember they said when Nut was unalived, he's the one who called Gaither and told that they was at the McDonald's. So
that's insane.
Yeah, so
that is completely insane. But let's see, we have a statement here. FFS. Okay, so FFS is saying that a plea deal, I guess, is acceptable if it's a sweetheart deal and that you can be during a trial. The problem is, though, the problem that I still have with plea deals is that plea deals result in folks burying themselves. What I mean by that is if
a setup.
Right. It is a setup because they play you out so often to a point where when you actually do get into some real trouble, there's no way out. So that's my problem with plea deals. And then Greg said there's about another 8 to 10 to face the courts. Right. There are other defendants.
It's 12 of them, I think.
Right.
It's 12 more.
Yeah, there are 12 more. So I guess this whole thing, we're gonna have round 2. I truly hope they don't bring Love back because I don't want to see Love in the courtroom again.
I'm not.
Yeah, I don't want her reciting no
Yeah.
Jungle Book. I
But
wonder
see
what
that other part too, that's gonna be really good too, because you got Garlington there, you got Pee Wee Roscoe,
Yeah.
you got Stunner there, you got who else is over there? Miles Farley is over there. Polo is Polo. Ask him, is Polo over there? I don't know. I'm not sure.
FFS, can you hear?
Or
yeah, but
Greg, is Polo over there? YSL Polo.
Oh, Greg would know as well. Greg actually knows a lot.
That's why I said I think Greg.
Here's the thing, though. I think the way that this trial ends will have an influence on the next defendants. Because if they see convictions, then they're going to start pleading out. But if they
it wasn't for them either. Remember, I remember when they had like the final, like the plea hearing, but a lot of them, they had been there for 2 years, and a lot of them couldn't afford attorneys, so they were assigned public defenders, but the public defenders were never assigned to them. So how were they going to be able to get a plea if they weren't assigned? You get what I'm saying? So it was like a setup anyway.
Yeah.
A lot of them, I don't think they still have lawyers or public defenders and stuff. Maybe they do now, but at first they didn't.
Yeah. And then Greg said that Woody has 2 open charges on the book, so they're gonna get him. I guess everybody's going down.
Yeah,
So.
they're just waiting for him to even tie his shoe wrong, and it's over. Anything, just yeah. But I think he'll be okay. I think he should probably become a pastor and get a church and just. I don't know, but they're definitely. Woody is smart. I don't think he. But Atlanta is so messed up. They'll just probably find something. So, what open charges do we have? Does he have from when he
Greg,
was?
what open charges does Woody have?
Is it the ones with the license when they say he was driving reckless and stuff? Because I think they said he had his license.
Honestly, I don't remember. I'm so jaded at this point. I cannot wait for this to be over so that I can rest for, I don't know, maybe a month or something and get into the next thing. And then FFS said they thought Woody was going to be the state star snitch witness to bury everyone. But I suppose so. But I still have, here's the thing. When we listen to Love's opening statement, okay, she basically made it clear, because I was on the fence, because again, I've been a prosecutor, I've been a public defender, and under these circumstances, I have never had, especially when I was a prosecutor, I have never had a co-defendant get up on the stand and pretty much snitch on their co-defendant. They always get on there, they play dumb, and you'd have to have them declared a hostile witness in order to get their testimony in, or their confession or statement or whatever in. So, but from Love's opening statement, she made it clear that she was not sure what the co-defendants were going to say on the stand. From my perspective, as far as psychology is concerned, I would have preferred to, because there was a moment during this trial. I just hope I can find that. I wrote it down somewhere. But when Steele was making some type of argument or motion or something, and he basically straight up told the judge that the prosecution made a deal with the devil, because obviously this case, according to me, this case is more Woody Garlington and who's this? Jeffrey.
SB.
Who's that?
SB.
Right. SB. It's primarily the count, though. It's primarily those 2 murk charges.
Yeah, it's about SB, Garlington. You have Miles Farley. I believe, and I don't want to say this about Miles Farley, but I believe he's gonna, because he's already out. I seen him at the Little Caesars like probably like 2 months ago, and he was walking. He was with his child, so I don't want to say anything, but I feel like he's gonna be the one to. I don't know. I'm not gonna say that. I don't want to say that. I'm gonna just
Come on.
I'm not gonna say it. I don't
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
not.
Yeah.
That's not.
Yeah. Okay. So FFS says, I'm saying sweetheart plea, no strings attached. No attorney, no DA's office is going to give you that. That's a setup. No jail time, no probation, just plea to a lesser charge. No, they're going to want something. Money that's going to tie you up with the courts. They're going to want something. Okay, so let's see. FFS said Woody better not sneeze even the wrong way. Yeah. Can't remember. Woody's license issue was already taken care of. He doesn't have anything open. Greg says they said in court he had open charges. And then I've had a co-defendant try to bury me with his statement in the interrogation room. The interrogation room is different. I'm talking about on the stand. On the stand, usually they don't say anything. They go up there and they play dumb, at least from my experience. So, yeah. All right, so let us cap off the night here, and then Diggy, I'm gonna find the video that I was referring to, and then we will have that up here tomorrow. Hopefully, I find it. That's a problem. I have way too many notes, and I did not write. I did not take proper notes. I should have written dates, or at least I don't know. I should have said YSL day, whatever. But I was just writing. And then your cousin saying something to you. Okay, so FFS wants me to ask you about I guess his co-defendant. Um,
Oh
I
yeah.
guess okay. What I told her the other night, but don't say the details. Apparently, don't say the details.
Yeah. Well, you said like the co-defendant, they tell and stuff like that. I don't know. I feel because they had kicked me off, so I'm coming back right here. But I think out of those 12, cause I think at first when Nut was unalived, they
Mm-hmm.
originally tried to charge. I think it was Moontunk, it was Garlington, it was Woody, and it was Shannon. And
Okay.
then that was over with. And then so now they're trying to say that it was, I think Shannon, Yak Gotti, and then it was it the McMullen boy. I mean, I think it's one of those Nard boys was in the car,
Okay.
and I forgot who the fourth person. So it's not they're not even charging the same people except for two of them. I think it's Garlington and SB. Those are the
Mm.
same ones that they charged before. So it's like you guys don't even know. You know what I'm saying? What was in the
Right.
car? Who was
Right.
in the car?
Right.
So that's I'm gonna just say it so you can understand. If you know, you know.
Okay. Well, well, I don't know. So,
You'll
yeah.
think about it. You'll think about it. You'll think about it.
Okay. I know. Obviously, I'm gonna think about it because this case has consumed my personal life. It has completely taken over. You would think I have nothing better to do. I mean, I do have nothing better to do.
Yes. Sometimes it's depressed. Like I remember one day I kind of just shut down. I was so tired of it, and I'm a Pisces, so I'm emotional. And I
Yeah.
said I don't even want to hear about it anymore. I'm just tired of it. But
Right.
we're finally there. I hope.
Right.
I hope.
I still think. I still think deliberation. If this jury deliberates, if they deliberate anything under a month, their minds have always been made up. If they deliberate under a month, their minds have always been made up. So we'll just see. I guess we'll see if they have any questions for the
It
judge
could take that
because
long to deliberate.
what's that?
It can
Diggy,
take
what did
them
you
up to a
say?
month to deliberate.
I think it's going to take
I said
longer
it
than
could
that.
take them up to a.
Oh,
Are
without
you
a doubt.
kidding me?
Without a doubt. This is not going to be if they have a verdict in 10 days, then that verdict is not guilty. If they have, because you have to keep in mind that they have listened to testimony going on to a year. They actually have to go through that testimony in coming to in reaching a verdict. So if it's taken over a year for even just the testimony, it has to take a month is not even sufficient. That is me being what is this? A month is not sufficient. If I don't know if you're following, there's a case out of Georgia. I do not remember what county, but the decedent was an attorney that used to work, I believe, in Atlanta, and he lived in one of those. I think he lived in a place called Alpharetta or something like that.
Alpharetta.
Oh, Alpharetta. Where's that?
Ooh, I don't. That's not in my jurisdiction. I don't mess around over there either. That's far. You won't catch me out there. Yeah.
Anyways, you and you and Jasmine ran off one of my co-hosts.
Who?
You guys ran off.
Allie?
Yes.
Tell Allie I miss her. What did I do?
You guys were talking about the counties where white folks live.
The who?
Where white people live.
Oh, but she didn't have to run.
You guys ran my girl off. Man.
Allie, I miss you. Come back.
What's that?
I said, tell her I miss her. Come back.
Yeah, hopefully she'll be back.
Yeah,
but there's a that trial took about the jury in that case. The trial took about a month, a little over a month, and the jury deliberated for an extended period of time. So with a trial that has gone on for this long, let's see. OJ Simpson, I think they deliberated for 4 months. Let me just see. OJ Simpson, how long hold on. How long did jury deliberate? Oh, never mind. I thought it was 4. I thought it was 4 months. 4 months. No, it was less than 4 hours. And that's what I'm saying. With this case, if they even 10 days, if it's only advantageous, let me put it this way. Typically, you can tell what a jury is going to hand down based on how long they take to deliberate. So in this case, if it's like 10 days or less, I'm going to say not guilty and I'm going to call that jury nullification. But if they're going to convict, it's going to take at least a month. But these people are also tired. So I think they're tired. They've been dealing with this nonsense for over a year. I would not be surprised if they decided to just acquit on everything and move back or go on with their lives.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. They're just ready to go.
Yeah, I think they might be ready to move on with their lives. Greg said they'll be found guilty on some charges, but will be cleared on Merck as they never found a Merck weapon is not as crucial as it is to the charge as a lot of people think. As far as felony and conviction, a felony in possession, a felon in possession of a firearms, I do foresee convictions on those. The Merc, I'm not worried about all the other Mercs with the exception of drinks. With drinks, I'm on the fence about that one. FFS
That's
said,
what they're gonna deliberate about. That's what's gonna be the problem right there.
right. Drinks, it's a bit, I don't know, it's up in the air. I'm not sure. And if I'm not sure, that should be an acquittal because that's literally what it means. That's what it should mean. So FFS says, I've been checked out months ago. State pissed me off so bad. I'm saying not guilty. Prosecution didn't do anything correctly. Even if I thought they saw it guilty, I'm locked in. Yeah, people are ready to go back. Yeah, man, FFS is on it. People are ready to go back to their lives, and I don't blame them. Now, this makes me wonder, though. Do you think the state had planned on bringing Woody and all the other folks back for the second trial as witnesses? I guess so. Like, yeah, because I don't think they're going to.
That's a good question.
They would have to bring them back. I don't foresee them. Where else would they get new witnesses from? Yeah, I think they're
And
going to
then what
bring them
about the
back.
jury? It's gonna be hard to do it anyway because it's like who hasn't watched this? I know they're watching this.
Yeah, but that's kind of tricky because as far as the defendants are concerned, I think it's best to hold it in Fulton County because if they go out to other counties, they're getting convicted.
Yep. Yep.
So they're getting convicted if they have to go out to other counties. Let's see. Longest jury deliberation in U.S. history. Okay, so there was a deliberation apparently that was over 4.5 months, but who was the? I don't know.
Oh, that
What
OJ or
case
no?
was that? No, OJ was for less than 4 hours.
Oh,
So dang, apparently there's a jury deliberation that was over after 60 seconds. That's crazy, but okay.
wow.
Let's see. Who was 4 months? I'm trying to let's see. In 1992. Okay, it's civil. Never mind, it's civil. I thought it was. Okay, and then that Kyle Rittenhouse guy, that was 27 hours. So they gave him a lot of benefit. They gave that kid a lot of benefit. And then Connecticut. I don't know who's this person. I have no idea. Somebody was 50 hours. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. So FFS says possibly yes. They didn't plan on Woody playing chess when State was playing checkers. Greg says if the state proves Woody lied on the stand, they can take his immunity away and will impeach him. Honestly, I just do not know why they gave it to him. I think they should have given it to Obama or somebody else. FFS, are you saying it's going to take 55 days for the jury to reach a verdict? Or what does that mean?
But you
What does
also
that
got to
mean?
think as well that Woody is the one who gave them the most information.
I mean, Woody did give them information without a doubt. But I don't know. Maybe he earned it. He
Yeah.
probably earned it. Under those circumstances, he probably earned it.
Yeah, and he had a lot more. He had a lot of stuff going on. I'll say that. But he
Yeah.
told them a lot of stuff. Like he's the one who told them about the unaliving of Nuts. Supposedly, he's the one
Mm-hmm.
who called Gaither at the McDonald's and told her what happened. But like I said, my opinion is, I feel like so they said supposedly Mo from Summer Hill gave the young boys the green light to unalive Woody. If
Mm-hmm.
Woody would have been unalive, do you think that this would have ever happened? No one would even know because they
Right.
probably wouldn't have cared. So
Right.
I look at it on both sides, but Woody did give them a lot of information. He's the one who
Yeah.
went, once they started retaliating after him, then that's when I think that he kind of froze up and he went
Yeah.
there, and
Yeah.
others were telling as well. Like he was like, Moontum said, I can, y'all can call him and he'll come down here. He dropped me off, and it was
It's
a
a
lot
mess.
going on.
Yeah, that is a mess. That is a
Yeah.
mess. Well, I guess the lesson is don't associate with too many people because somebody's always going to turn on somebody else.
That is.
So who's this? FFS says jury deliberated on the case of 3 former police officers accused of assaulting and falsely arresting people that they knew couldn't afford to defend themselves to get proper legal counsel. Yeah, that's what I looked up as well. The Oakland case, it says it's one of the longest deliberations in a criminal trial. Took place in Oakland in 2003. Blah blah blah. Basically, what you told us. They deliberated for 4 months before finding the officers not guilty of 8 counts and deadlocking, failing to reach a verdict. That's crazy. That might be what's going to happen here. That might be
Mm.
what's happening in this case. We might get an actual mistrial, and the mistrial allows the DA's office to basically, get a second bite at the apple, and maybe this time they will do it properly.
But do you think that if Thug wouldn't have taken the plea,
Uh-huh.
the trial wouldn't be ending now? It would just still be going on, right? You
Right.
think? Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that trial would still have been going on, and I probably would have tapped out by now because yeah, it's exhausting. It's
Yes, it is.
exhausting.
Yes.
And it's exhausting when everything is not streamlined, when everything is not smooth, when there are a lot of bumps. So,
That's
it's
true.
it's exhausting.
And also I feel like with Woody, I feel like I think that he told so much because he was probably paranoid.
Mm.
And I also feel like because someone mentioned that Thug took he got closer with SB and Garlington. So that
Okay.
probably made Woody probably feel some type of way, like, they took my spot.
Right.
And I feel like that was kind of envious and stuff as well. But like I said, a lot of them probably, to me, the most solid was Tick. That's just my opinion. I never saw him in an interrogation. He never snitched on anyone or anything.
Mhm.
I feel like he was the most solid. He should have been the one to get the praise, and that's just my opinion.
Why is that?
Because he didn't tell on anyone. He didn't tell on nobody. He covered up,
Mm.
like he had a lot of funny moments, but I think people more so have saw the gray hair and was like, oh, he looks like an old man and stuff like that. But I
Yeah.
think he should have gotten the praise because he sat there and he did basically the same thing that Woody did. But you didn't see any interrogation videos for him, any
Right.
police reports. it was nothing for him, you know. So I think that he should have gotten the praise, and that's just my opinion.
Yeah.
He never told on anyone.
Yeah. So do you think, do you the fact that Woody snitched, okay, he was not mixing no BS with nothing. He was just straight up snitching
Amen.
with no soda, nothing, like literally just out there talking. Do you is that a bad thing, or is it excusable under the circumstances?
I would say, like, as a female, I would say something different. But me coming from the hood and stuff,
Yeah.
I feel like once you sign up for something like that, you got to take what comes with it. It's no, that's just like Gunna.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I feel like Gunna, you rapped about this. I feel two ways about Gunna. For one, Gunna didn't do anything. So
Okay.
I feel like everybody doesn't have to go down with you. Someone could, I
Right.
feel like Thug could have said, hey, my boy ain't dead. Let my boy go. I mean,
Yeah.
because he sat in there for 6 months and it was just that one count. And then I also feel like, okay, Gunna is not from Atlanta. He's from like over there where what's her name? What I call it, JT Jasmine is. He's from over there, like College Park or something like that.
Okay.
And I feel like he wanted to be he's very talented, and
Okay.
you got yourself involved in this, and this was the type of life that you chose. So once you got in the car and you did all this stuff, you got to take what come with it. And that's just
Okay.
my opinion. I don't think that people should tell, because you guys are all doing things that you don't have any business doing. But
Yeah.
I feel like someone should have freed him just from being a female. But they say snitches get stitches, so
Right.
but he's just talented, so I don't know how this is gonna work. I'm excited about that part, but
You're funny.
yeah, I'm excited. I want to see how this is
Okay.
gonna go.
FFS was in here earlier saying that he only listens to gospel music or something along those lines. I don't buy it, but
Don't listen to him.
oh yeah.
Please don't. Please don't. He texts me, Kendrick. I'm so tired of Kendrick Lamar. I'm tired of that. So don't send me any more of those songs. FFS. No
I
lyrics.
don't know. I don't. Maybe it's because I'm not from over there, but I don't really enjoy Kendrick's music.
Me either. I don't.
So it's not really my thing.
But he's good. He's very good though. He's very
I'm
good.
sure he's good. I just don't listen to his
Yeah.
music. So
I'm not a Kendrick. I'm not a, what is this K Dot? I'm not a K Dot girl.
apparently, and I think they started calling him
K
Kung Fu
Dot.
Kenny or something.
Oh gosh.
And I'm like, the only Kung Fu Kenny I know is a track star. So I don't know. I don't know. Anyways, so FFS says Woody was finessing. No, it wasn't finessing. He snitched, sang like,
He was.
sang like a symphony orchestra to the detectives. Yeah. And that's the thing, because after he testified, right? Or whatever it is he calls it, or whatever he's calling it. A lot of folks do not realize how Woody has in fact assisted the prosecution in their case. And it's not just Woody, it's also I think it was Lil D, because if I remember the testimony correctly, as far as Lil D was concerned, the prosecution was trying to establish that, was it SB, one of them two that are on trial right now, that they confessed to him. Does that sound right?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, because even though on the stand they tried to claim amnesia or selective amnesia, the fact that the what is this, the prosecution could bring in those prior statements and the interrogation tapes, that's really good for the state. But I mean, they said he was not snitching. I think he was snitching, but that's his business though.
If you said YSLD,
I think it was Lil D. What's that?
YSLD. Okay, yeah, D.
Yeah.
Quindarius Zachary.
Right. Yeah. The one that literally got on the judge on the what is this, on the stand and told the court that he wanted drugs, or he needed drugs or something.
Yeah, because he has a sickle cell. But how I feel about that situation, that I think about, okay, so after the unaliving of Nut, something happened with okay, so they started shooting up Woody's house. Woody ended up getting, I think Woody first told them that it was threat because that's the only one who knew where he lived.
Right.
And then after that, remember they asked him for the gun. They said, we're going to give you 24 hours to bring the gun. And then instead of him bringing the gun, he went to go play basketball at Dunbar. But he had that gun in that bag. But that gun was registered in Quindarius Zachary's name. So who do you think told first about the gun? That's what I want.
Lil D?
Yes, because if that gun was registered, because he got that from Arrowhead Pawn Shop. So once they got the gun from because how did they know? Okay, supposedly they said that Woody was supposed to be selling the gun to someone. So how did they know to come to the gym and get that exact bag and arrest him? Or do you think they were still watching him?
I would like to think that they were still watching him. Maybe they did not believe him. Yeah, that's what I mean. It is a possibility that who's this Lil D actually told him about the gun though.
Yeah, because once they got the gun, they said that it was registered in his name.
Right.
They had to have gone to him like, hey, why does this guy have this gun? You know, so I
Yeah,
want to know
that
who
is a
told first.
possibility. Yeah, that is a possibility.
And then that's probably what made Woody probably wasn't telling that first. Like I said, we won't. I don't know. They probably was just both, but they didn't like each. Remember, they also said that D didn't care about Woody because Woody was not from Cleveland Avenue.
Okay.
Yeah, they said that as well.
Yeah, but how are these people going to I want to say get along, but that's not even, are they even able to get along after this? How's it going to work out?
I don't see it. I feel like when Woody had his clout and stuff, a lot of people probably was, gravitating toward him and stuff. And I try to speak on him because like I said, it's a situation. But I feel like, hey, it's in 4K. You can't. It's no. I can see them talking to Tick. A lot of them they're doomed. I don't care what because once you're labeled as a snitch, like I don't think you can come back from that. Like and I also feel like with Gunna, like, okay, for instance, Duke's plea wasn't, no one had, it wasn't public. So we don't know exactly what he said. They recorded Gunna's.
I thought I had it. Let me see. I have some of these pleas.
That probably was Gunna's. They had Mook Tunks. Slime Life didn't come out or Duke's. But I think someone recorded Gunna. I wonder if the people didn't record Gunna. Was he just gonna continue on with his life saying that he wasn't a snitch? Yeah, because someone recorded that. That's the only reason how they found out, because that they wasn't supposed to record it.
Yeah, I mean, this whole thing, it needs to end. It needs to come to an end somehow. It just, what is FFS saying? No, they're not supposed to be near or associate with each other. But don't they all live close to each other, or at least around the same area?
Well, I know they made Thug leave. I don't know where.
Yeah, but he has the financial means, though. Not everybody can just up and go.
Yeah, a lot of people, you do your dirt somewhere, and where you lay your head is totally different. So, you're probably out here robbing people on Cleveland Avenue, but you probably live somewhere in South Fulton or in probably somewhere on what is it, like Campbellton, Fulton Industrial, or a lot of people Douglasville, like a lot of people they don't like do their dirt where they lay their head. So but I don't see them getting, like, even I remember one time I went to the La Cora. That's the club that they was talking about, like with the Ken. Because once Woody mentioned him, they did close that club down. That's the only club that I literally can go to, because sometimes I'm by myself. I don't really care to be with people. I can walk around the city by myself. As long as I know my people there, I know that I'm going to be okay. I remember when Slime Life came to the club and he was about to perform, people started getting mad and like walking out. Like,
oh, really?
Yes, they were mad, and yeah, they were mad that he came there. So once, like, and I
Mm.
remember like the Future concert, I think he had just gotten out, and he only performed for like 30 seconds. But it's like he was trying to say like, oh, it's not illegal to be a gang and stuff like that. I think that kind of hurt them, but at the end of the day, I think they were gonna get found guilty of it being a gang anyway. That's just my
Yeah.
opinion. So I don't think
Yeah.
it was no. So if we look at it that way, then I would say Gunna isn't wrong, or I would say, well, Tick didn't say it was a gang, did it?
I don't think anybody said he was a gang.
Well,
I mean, some of
Gunna
them have
did.
gone back and forth.
Yeah, Gunna did. I know that. See, we don't know what exactly was in Duke's stuff because he's not gonna testify. So it was stuff that
Yeah.
he could say, and that it was stuff they couldn't ask him. So, and I think, well, everyone who had I think it was Duke, Slime Life, Gunna, and Tick. So they all had to plea and probably, yeah, they had to plea and say it was a gang. But I remember when Tick was on the stand,
Mm-hmm.
a part of his plea was he couldn't say that YSL was innocent.
Mm.
It was something like that. You have to ask FFS.
Yeah,
He's good with stuff.
we'll have to go back. There's a lot
Yeah.
to work with.
Yeah.
There's okay. So I guess we've established that for the co-defendants, it's unlikely that they will make amends. What about the attorneys though, or the folks that work in court together? Because if what's his name? If Steele is based out of, or if his office is based out of Fulton County, and if
Mhm.
he's still going to continue with serious crimes or whatever, then him and Love will have to kind of run into each other.
I
Which
think I think that the type of beef they have is probably gonna is like a Tupac and Biggie beef. Like I don't
okay. Okay,
I
no,
just don't
really.
see it because
There's
Love is not
something
a
there.
good person. Like I remember, do you remember? I think her name was like she was supposed to be like the first lady of ABG. It was like Lady Red or Lady something, and something happened to her mother. Her mother passed, and she was like, "You knew my mom passed away, so like, why would you ask me that question?" Some of the stuff that Love does, even how
Yeah.
she presents, it's like she dummies them down. And I notice stuff like that, it's like because like I said, I'm like kind of from somewhere, so it's like when they introduce themselves and you're like, okay, how old are you? What grade did you complete? Like,
Yeah.
do you know how to read? Like, and it's like it's so unnecessary, and that's and it makes them feel some type of way. So it's like they're already gonna be defensive the way
Yeah.
that you're speaking to them, like, oh, you think I'm slow, but really you guys are slow because you guys got, yeah, they sent y'all on a wild goose chase. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna even tell a story about that, but yeah,
Yeah.
it's the way you talk to people, and they wonder why they were so
Right.
welcoming to the defense because they
Right.
didn't tear them down like, oh, you're slow or you only
Right.
completed the third grade. It's like they drag it and drag it and drag it, and it, like I said, it's kind of offensive. So
Yeah.
I don't see them getting along though. That's because she's
Yeah.
not right.
She did what?
I said she's not right.
And what about, for example, who's this? Because obviously, Kayla, at least she's still working in Fulton County. What are the chances of her and Vivarito, being cordial? Do you see that or no?
Absolutely not.
Oh, really?
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay.
Kayla got a little hood to her. She ain't going for it. Nope. It's like now you like the way that you like you can't be trusted. So it's like no. And it's like I said, people you don't really trust the police. Like
Yeah.
yeah, you don't. And even like I said, you're automatically gonna be defensive because you're like you feel like they're trying to set you up. Like
Right.
yeah, Vivarito, she's done. Yeah, no one.
Oh, you think so?
I don't think like Kayla would. She wouldn't like even if she apologized. Kayla, she wouldn't even probably accept her apology because it's that deep. Like the type
Mm.
of the way I feel like Vivarito likes someone. That's what I get. Like I don't
Mm.
know.
Oh,
Cause it was
okay.
it was for you to even say 24 M's on a ninja head, and there's someone talking about a diamond on their head, and you just really say, oh, he got $24 million. We're gonna take him down. Like what bush was you looking out of? What bush were you looking at them? Looking through at them because you were in the wrong bush.
Right. And I mean, that's why I kept earlier, at least during this live, I mentioned that some officers do not interpret the text messages or even the Instagram posts correctly. Like, I don't know,
Yeah.
they'd probably make up stuff the same way that I'd make up stuff because I'm not from the area. So,
Yeah, that's why I
so
came up for Slime Life. I said, "Ooh, let me go up and do the assist because
yeah.
I could." Yeah, I'm good
Yeah.
with it. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So let's cap. No, I actually have one more thing. There's an attorney because I was watching. It's a black lady, older lady. She's an attorney. She appeared on the lead attorney. Um,
Oh, the fit lawyer,
right,
Tiffany,
that's her
Tiffany
name.
Adams. Yeah, Tiffany Adams. Yeah,
Oh, I actually did not know her name. Right, that's her name. But
yeah,
on Friday, she had. Let me just go on her channel quickly. Hold on,
yeah.
because
She's a good lawyer. She's a very good lawyer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah, because my question is related to whether these people can get along. Okay, so it's called the Fit
Lawyer ATL or something like that.
All right, let's go there. No, now they're showing me the lead attorney. That's not. No, that's not what I want. Maybe no spaces. Let's see the Fit lawyer. Because somebody, did you watch her live? She had a live or a video with another attorney. Oh, there we go. Let's see. Let me see if I can find. Okay, so the lady whose name is Rachel Kaufman.
I've heard of that.
Apparently, what's that?
I said I've heard of that name. I'm trying to think of.
Yeah, apparently she represented Taisha.
Taisha. Yep. Polka. Yep.
Right. But the reason why I was bringing her up, it's because I watched on Friday, I watched probably the first 5 minutes of this video. Was it a video? Was it a live stream? I have no idea. I watched the first 5 minutes, and during that video, she basically relayed that she and Kayla Bumpus had a falling out of some kind, but it seems like they made amends. So that's why I was asking if these people are still able to work. Yeah, based on these, I don't know, relationships, I probably should stay away from Fulton County.
You said two lawyers. Okay, Rachel and Kayla had a disagreement, or
let
Kayla
me put
and
it on here.
Tiffany.
Let me put it on here. Let me share my screen. So this is called the Fit. Hold on. Let me share my screen. Share screen. Am I sharing the right screen? I don't think so. I'm going to share one of these screens and then I think it's this one. Which one is this one? Am I sharing the right screen? Yeah. So what's called the Fit Lawyer ATL. There we go.
Yep, that's
Where is
Tiffany.
she? Oh, is her name on here? Oh, but I mean, you're from over there, so.
Yeah, I know. She represented my cousin before. I know exactly who she is.
Oh, okay. So, all right. So, what's the population? I thought Atlanta had at least 1 million people.
I don't know the population. It's a lot of people everywhere. I know that.
Oh, really? Let's see. Fulton County. Because I mean, you guys know each other. Like, it's just people that know each other.
You know the good lawyers and stuff. You know, like
yes, yeah.
Well, I
Oh,
never heard of Brian Steele, so I didn't. I'm not usually in trouble and stuff like that. The last time I was like in trouble, that was like in 2010. Like, so I don't usually. But I ended up winning my case, so I don't. And it was really stupid, but and they don't. And I didn't have a lawyer. I had a public defender.
Come on now, public defender is a lawyer.
Well, no, I'm saying basically like I mean, it's a lawyer, but I didn't pay for it, so
yeah,
I couldn't. But he was nice.
Hey, Bougie. Bougie said Kayla went to jail accidentally and picked up Rachel's ID. Rachel called Kayla or someone to contact Kayla to get her ID back, but Kayla was on her way to the airport and didn't do it right away. That's what they were arguing about. I don't know. Let's play this though.
Okay.
I think like the first.
Welcome everyone, Rachel Kaufman. Thank you, Rachel, for joining us. Thank you.
Happy Saturday.
Yeah.
Oh no, is Kaufman? Is that a German? No, I'm just asking random things. Never mind. Let's get into this. I think that's a German last name.
Thanks. Please introduce yourself to the people.
Okay, so my name is Rachel Kaufman. I'm a criminal defense attorney in Atlanta, Georgia. I practice mostly in Fulton County, and I do mostly violent felonies.
Okay, and that entails murders, rapes, armed robberies.
The fun stuff, the bad stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
So you practice a lot in Fulton County. So I'll take it you've gone up against DA Love, Fonnie Willis's office, everybody we've seen in this YSL trial. You've gone up against them in court.
Yes, these characters are all people that I know very, very well.
Yes. And same here. I've been practicing 19 years and was a public defender in Fulton. So we know these people well. So we see them.
And that's what I keep saying. Usually, I mean, you said, I don't know this lady. You're the one that said she's a good attorney. Usually, public defenders have top-notch training that folks in private practice don't. So that's why I keep saying that, I always keep praising public defenders because the training does tend to be excellent regardless of the office. Unless they just don't have money, but yeah.
Every day in court with our clients. So you had the pleasure of representing who in the YSL trial?
Who's coming in the doorway?
I'm gonna need to get.
I wanted to see where she was going. What was that little girl going to?
You cannot be serious.
I was just playing. I'm sorry.
You cannot be serious. Greg, if you're still in here, please tell me how to get AdSense or AdBlock or whatever. I'm over it now. I'm over it now.
Represented Taisha Alexander, who was the former, possibly current, but I believe former girlfriend.
That's shady. That is very shady.
And of Shannon Stillwell.
Yes. I like the way you said that because even she said on the stand when asked, "Are you still with Shannon?" I don't know because allegedly he possibly might be married. Did she ever have any opinion about that or know really what happened?
Okay, so I don't know how much. So there had been, and Kayla Bumpus and I have made peace. We had an issue years ago. I brought it up on YouTube. People got very upset about it. Her and I were able to discuss and move forward, and I like her very much as a person. I did not know. So I've been representing Miss Alexander ever since the state was serving witness subpoenas in this case. So we're talking like 2 years ago.
Okay.
And so I was hired to basically help facilitate the service of her subpoena such that when the investigators came to speak with her or give her the subpoena, that they didn't misuse the opportunity to try and get her to say things or put her in a position where she felt uncomfortable not speaking to them. So this is, again, long before anything came up with Ms. Bumpus or anything like that. And then Kayla and I made peace. And then, all these rumors came out about her possibly marrying Shannon Stillwell. Huge surprise to me. Not something that her and I ever spoke about. I have no idea. So I could tell you that when we were in court, when Taisha, they call her Polka, so I'll call her Polka. When Polka was testifying, and that entire day we had been there since about noon, and we didn't testify till like 5:20, 5:30. Kayla was in the court. Kayla was there the whole time. And Shannon's grandma's there, and it almost, I
should have watched all of this.
Polka's mom was there. It just felt, it was a lot. And I was kind of in between it. And as somebody who, I don't know, I'd be kind of possessive. It was kind of reminded me of The Boy Is Mine, Monica and Brandy. It was some weird stuff that I was just kind of I'm just glad it's not my problem. I got other problems.
Right.
But I was feeling the energy, and I just, I guess everyone loves Shannon. I don't know the situation, but I thought that was kind of an interesting thing to bring up because it was, people don't understand how close you are in a courtroom to when you're representing somebody charged with murder, the victim's family is coming in the same doors. They're going to the same bathroom that you're going to. And so you're seeing people in the hall. It was a little too close for comfort, but both of them were very mature and handled themselves. I don't know if it were me, how I would have handled myself. I guess, again, it's a good thing I'm not involved.
Yes. Okay. So that's the end of it. I just wanted to know why they were beefing, but apparently it had something to do with a badge. I don't know why they'd be beefing over a badge or an ID, but that's their
He
business.
put 5.2 million is the population in Atlanta.
What's it? 5.2. Okay. Okay.
But did you see when I was just saying the other day, when I was like that going to protest and stuff, and it's like free YSL, and then you have Donovan's, family going in every day. That's why I was saying, like, I don't think that, you have to still show respect to other people, so that she basically said like the same thing, like everybody's close to each other.
Yeah. And then, Greg, you do not necessarily get compensation. Usually a prosecutor or DA's office has a lot of protection, right? In order to even file a civil rights claim, there basically has to be information or sufficient facts to show that there has to be sufficient facts to show that, what is this? There was no probable cause to arrest you. Other than that, the DA's offices have a lot of leverage. So it would have to be a case such as what? The exonerated 5. I know there's a case out of New Orleans. This is an older case though. It was the very first case that the Innocence Project in New Orleans ever worked on. And this kid was incarcerated. He was a teenager. He was definitely wrongfully convicted, but the DA's office was not willing to completely drop the charges, but they agreed to let him out of, because he went to trial and he lost. They agreed to let him out of Angola, but in order for that to happen, he had to admit guilt, something along those lines, and he was not compensated. So it really just depends on the facts and the circumstances, but not everybody gets compensated. Some states, is it South Carolina? There are some states that do not allow for compensation. And then that's what they were arguing about. And Rachel is aggressive and Kayla didn't budge. So I guess at some point they arranged to, I don't understand. I guess it doesn't make sense to me that adults would be arguing over an ID. No, doesn't make sense. So later, when Kayla got known for the ex-parte meeting, Rachel went on one of the other YouTubers' channels and talked. Yeah, I don't.
That's how it goes.
Yeah, no. I know. Came on Kayla's channel and they made up ever since. I would not trust. If I was Rachel, I'd not trust Kayla. And if I was Kayla, I'd not trust Rachel. I'm just going to put it that way. Yeah, I looked it up. Apparently, it's a German Jewish and what's the other? I don't know. There's another group. Make sure it's AdBlock for Mac. How do I know that, though? AdBlock. Let me just take screenshots of this because I'm going to look this up tomorrow. I'm not guaranteeing that there won't be ads on this live tomorrow, but at least I have it. So at least I have it. All right. So she's Jewish. Got it. And then bougie. That's a lot of men. Yeah.
This is Atlanta. We argue over anything. So.
Oh, really?
I mean, people are petty. And in Atlanta, everybody think they're celebrities and, everybody think they're important. So, I mean, what you should think, but it's like you guys are arguing over an ID. But so what's her name? Bougie Law Diva. How did Rachel find out that Kayla had her ID? Did Kayla call her like, "Hey girl, I found your ID"?
Yeah.
Or like, how did that go?
We need more. Yeah, Slavic. That's it. Yeah, we need more information. I mean, it's even petty. We should probably leave it alone. But I just know I cannot remember. All I know is that on Friday, I watched part of this video and I could not figure out. Apparently, they were beefing. And I was like, okay, what are you people beefing about? Because it seems like nobody gets along. That's a bit of a stretch. But I don't know. They're not getting along out there. Okay, so just Google it. It's AdBlock Plus for Mac. All right, let me.
I still want to know where that little girl went to.
You're funny. No,
I'm
I'm
concerned.
over. Ads never bothered me, but what is it? Law and Crime. They have way too many ads on there.
They don't bother me either. Now those election ones, now those took me. I didn't like those, but the other ones, they're kind of interesting, you know.
Yeah, I know. I'm over the ads. And then Bougie says Rachel is cool though. Once you get to know her, she's very down to earth. She says what she thinks. She's real straightforward, which comes off as a little aggressive at times, but I don't think she's bad. I mean, it's whatever. I just want. I was nosy. I wanted to know.
A lot
what
of
they were
people don't
beefing
have that
about.
kind of attitude, like, you know. A lot of
Yeah.
people, yeah. So Bougie, she seems hella down to earth. I chill with her.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what Brooklyn's talking about, but I'm glad you're back here, Brooklyn, because Brooklyn got a lesson on conspiracy and Rico last night. In any event, folks, I am definitely calling it a night. I still have to do my hair and I need to iron and stuff. And then obviously we have to be prepared for tomorrow. So I don't want to miss
So what
tomorrow.
time tomorrow?
Tomorrow, let's do 10 p.m. Eastern time.
Okay.
10 p.m. Eastern time. So 10 p.m. That's a good time. It's not too early. Most folks would have done everything they had to do in their personal lives, I think.
Well, I'm going to be fashionably late. I'll be here at about 10:10.
That's
I'm
fine.
going to start sliding through.
That's fine. That's fine. But I'm going to let me make a note for myself.
And thank you so much. You're awesome.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you to everybody that's here as well. But FFS and I were holding it down after you disappeared, Diggy. So, yeah. Let me just make a note.
My cousin had some issues because I did property management for like 11 years and she has like a court case. So I was trying to help her find some problems, so she can, some discrepancies. She had some issues. I was helping her.
Yeah.
She's good though.
Oh, okay. But I cannot give legal advice, but I do have an email which is iwantarellawyer@gmail.com. So I don't know. Do whatever it is you want to do with that information. So we'll be back tomorrow.
Disclaimer.
Right. And Diggy was my co-counsel.
And the jury is at the bottom.
Right. And then we'll be back though. Let me find I'm gonna find the video. I don't know. FFS, you might have to help me with this one because we know that it's not one. Let me look at these dates. Did I close them out? We know it's not 150. It's not day 150. I'll find it. Okay, let's see. What are these folks saying? What are these folks saying? FFS.
Right. I want to know where she went.
You guys are funny. And then Brooklyn, I do it's civil. No longer criminal. It's civil. I'll probably get back to criminal in 2 or 3 years. But yeah. Okay. All right, folks. Have a fantastic night. And Diggy, thank you so much for joining me.
No problem. Peace out, peeps.
All right.
FFS,
See you tomorrow.
Go to bed.
Bye. All right.